School of Business, Calcutta University has organized this event with the blessings of Honorable Chancellor Sir, Mr. Sunil Galgotia Sir, Honorable CEO Sir, Mr. Dhruv Galgotia, Director Operations, Honorable Ms. Aradhna Galgotia, Registrar Sir, Dr. Nitin Gaur Sir, Advisor, Research Advisor, Dr. Rajendra Singh Sir, and the blessings of everyone present here, we would like to commence the proceedings for the day. The Department of Science and Technology, DST, contributes in fostering and nurturing the fledgling innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem steered through its strong network of incubators through National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board, NSTEDP. This unmatched in terms of efforts and impact. NSTEDP efforts through innovation and entrepreneurship has played a key role in gaining advantageous position in the competitive technological game for achieving economic growth. The concentrated and high-intensity efforts of NSTEDP DST through its national initiative for developing and harnessing the Innovation Nidhi umbrella program, such as Innovation and Entrepreneurship INE training programs, nurtured and supported institutions of higher learning during the last 5 years, kindled the spark in innovation-driven entrepreneurship and added multiplier effect across the nation, bringing global recognition to the entrepreneurs and enterprises. I would like to now welcome Dr. Niraj ma'am. Please, ma'am, if you could just say a few words to start the program.
My dear colleagues on the dais, Dr. Seema-ji, Dr. Ranjana-ji, Professor Dr. Rajendra Singh of the dais, and of course, my dear students, Namaste. It's such a pleasure to be here today to speak to you on a topic so critical, so relevant. For years now, the current government dispensation has been talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. And entrepreneurship has been hailed as one of the key features, one of the key drivers of wealth creation and job creation. In fact, entrepreneurship and technology, it's like a match made in heaven. They both can't do without each other. Let me explain to you. You know, when they gave me this topic, technological entrepreneurship, I said, why do you even need a term like technological entrepreneurship? Implies the very term entrepreneurship implies that you're going to be using technology. But yes, when I thought about it, I possibly tried to understand why this theme has been chosen for this development program, technological entrepreneurship. Of course, entrepreneurship is the exploitation of business opportunities for bring about growth, rapid development. But look at it this way. What we are looking at in India is creating a $5 trillion economy very shortly. And that needs exponential growth. It needs extremely fast-paced growth where just entrepreneurship, small scale, medium scale, etc., cannot give that accelerated industrial development on its own. I hope I am making sense. Entrepreneurship, setting up a startup, setting up small enterprises, which may remain small for a very long period of time, which may not have the scalability required, the funds required, the technology required for scalability. But the opportunity, where does it lie? It lies in technological entrepreneurship, which exploits scientific and technical knowledge to meet market needs, and market needs fast, extremely fast, and an increasing lower cost. We Indians have been known, India has been known for its cerebral power. And post-COVID, particularly in the area of biotechnology, we've proven we can respond fast, provided we have the resources, provided we have the impetus, and we have the support. For us now, to rise and say we are going beyond entrepreneurship, we're going into technological entrepreneurship, it's the right time. So much of digitization initiatives, I'm sure during this 3 or 4 week event, training program, you will be hearing about those digital initiatives in the area of entrepreneurship. But I do not know, having a business management background, I can't resist bringing everything down to business management. I'll do it again today. If I am not sure, I don't think I'm very off the mark when I say technological entrepreneurship is a style of business leadership. Because it's science, it's technology, plus it's business acumen. So technological entrepreneur, examine it. Next couple of days, note this down, have this question. Is this a style of entrepreneurship which organization behavior experts should start teaching in their classes? Psychologists like you, I keep forgetting your name. Okay, Shikha. Psychologists like you, Shikha. You have to get this mindset. You have to start thinking about it. Is it something we have to now start talking about and creating a mindset? So what exactly is this technological entrepreneurship as a business leadership style? What does it entail? Identifying high-profile technology, emerging technologies. Today, we are doing Aarti Utaro on AI, etc. Well, keep on doing that. Okay, that's the future, but there are many, many more things happening along the horizon, many, many more uses. Identifying high-profile technology. Second, identifying intensive commercial opportunities. Where is the gap? Gathering resources such as talent and capital, and managing rapid growth and risk. And finally, scalability, making it larger. Dr. Seema, you're from the management. Does it now make sense? Technology, how much more of business it is. You know, I love scrolling about entrepreneurship, anything. I keep searching on the net, I keep reading. And I came across a beautiful term. The term is called kidpreneur. You know, when your neighborhood kids put their dance moves, they're singing. I mean, everybody in societies have found people putting it up on YouTube and then getting those likes, right? That's a kidpreneur. And one of the most famous kidpreneurs is Remy Smith, who at the age of 5 started learning cooking from her mother, working along. And now she's a TED speaker, she's been ambassador for Sodexo, etc. And she's just a kid. So this generation that you belong to, I just always have to say you, but please forgive me. Actually, I'm probably the last living dinosaur alive. So I'm still there, but since you guys are so young and your children are even younger, these are the people who, irrespective of the device that they have, they can capitalize on market opportunities. They can sell their product. They can sell their ideas. And the kids can sell them faster than you and I can even think. It's as great as that. So with these words, thank you very much, Gaurav. Okay, so stop scrolling. I didn't ask you to search for your ideas now. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for inviting me. Thank you, the entire team who's put this whole thing behind. Who put it all together, Sumedha and everyone, sorry if I'm missing any names, Anamika from School of Business, Dr. Seema from School of Business, who are all associated with this program. With these words, I'm sure you'll have a lot of questions. You'll have a great learning experience, learning from the maestros. Thank you very much. God bless you. Good luck. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Gaurav, for starting our program today. With this wonderful introduction, I would like to call all the persons sitting on the stage and Anamika ma'am and Gaurav sir for the dance line. Please, all dignitaries on the dance, please.
सुनो ये चलिए मैम कैमरे में मैम ये कैमरा है ना sorry this is one stubborn week
Sa sa ni sa ni sa ni pa pa ni pa ma pa ma pa ga ma pa ni dha dha ni sa pa 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 ni ma ma pa ma ga ma pa ni sa
Thank you so much. The mic is not working. I would like to call upon Dr. Namika ma'am to start with this formal proceedings of the day with the preamble. Please, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to welcome all the dignitaries who are sitting here. Professor Dr. Renu Luthra, advisor to the Chancellor and former Vice Chancellor, to grace this occasion. Professor Rajen Singh ji, research advisor of this university. Dr. Seema, Dean School of Business. Dr. Ranjana, Dean School of Biosciences. Thank you so much for joining us for this inaugural session of TEDP, which we started conceptualizing. We means me and Dr. Gaurav Kumar 6 months before. But it was just a conceptualization because there were a lot of technical procedures which we had to follow to organize this FDP. And I would like to special thanks to Professor Rajen Singh ji to guide us and support us to reach to the today's position. And now we are starting this FDP. And thank you so much, sir. As ma'am has, Dr. Renu Luthra has already said about the technology in entrepreneurship. Yes, post-COVID, everybody means that Indian economy was able to survive irrespective what has been done globally. It was majorly due to the new businesses, startups, and thanks to all those entrepreneurs who has given some support to the to run this economy. So technology is becoming a major pillar for all such type of businesses these days. Even those businesses who were working in a traditional models are also started and switching to the technology-based platform. Now we come to the new businesses. So identifying potential business opportunities, especially technology-intensive businesses, and gathering resources like a talent and sponsors, maybe the capital, and the real-time decision-making skills is the need for the leaders and the entrepreneurs. So with all these thoughts, we conceptualized this FDP because the first step is very important. Many a times people have an idea, but they don't know how to go ahead, from where they can get some funding for their business. Maybe if they know they have funds, but they lack on some resources or the supports, technological support or some other supports. Because last week also, I was the reviewer of 2 startups, and I found, yes, it was a blend of that technology and management. The management team was working on the marketing research model, what is required, where is the gap, how these gaps can be filled, and the technology team, the tech team was working to fill that gap. And then I started asking, okay, once this app is going to get launched, because it is going to come in the shape of app. So they said, ma'am, you don't know, this much of amount goes for the online platform, this much of amount goes for this type of vendor, and like bifurcation of all those things, which was new to me, in fact. Although we are a faculty, we are teaching certain courses, guiding our students, but these things are new to us. So this FDP definitely would help all the attendees to gain knowledge about how they can go ahead while conceptualizing or maybe implementing their business ideas and have a successful business. So thank you so much to join us, and I hope that it will be a good learning sessions in next 25 days, because the 3 days as per the DST schedule, everybody has to visit industry, come up with the business plan and give the presentation to the experts about their business plan. So it is not only providing the conceptual knowledge, theoretical knowledge, but it also going to give you a platform where you could practice all those things which is being taught to the classroom. So all the best to all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Namika ma'am, for such motivating words and for highlighting the importance of this TEDP. I would like to now call Dr. Gaurav Kumar, the ICC and PI in charge, for giving us some information about the IIC and the innovation at Gaurav University. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, all of you. I, Dr. Gaurav Kumar, on behalf of organizing committee of this event and Gaurav University family, would like to welcome you all in the 4-week TEDP focused on bioentrepreneurship, sponsored by DST, Government of India, and organized by Institute Innovation Council, School of Biomedical Sciences, School of Business of Gaurav University. This program is comprised with the 7 modules, including entrepreneurship and scheme of assistance, project selection and its feasibility, development of soft skill as well as consolidation of business idea. Participant will learn about the development of business model canvas. The session also consists several motivational sessions for the innovators, the successful entrepreneurs, business plan preparation, management inputs, and technical training on bioentrepreneurship. 35 eminent speakers from the academia, corporate, of government or organization will cover more than 40 topics of these 7 modules. So the Gaurav University has set up the innovation cell to inculcate the spirit of innovation as well as entrepreneurship among the student and faculty member and add the value to nation intellectual property. The university has established IIC, Institution Innovation Council, under the Ministry of Education Innovation Cell in 2018-19, and in the academic year 2020 and 21, as well as in 21-22, the IIC of Golgotia University received 4-star rating by the Ministry of Education IIC Innovation Cell. After the establishment of the IIC, we have organized more than 250 events on entrepreneurship, innovation, and IPR. The IIC Golgotia University is proud to be included as one of the amongst 16 governing members of the IIC Consortium of Uttar Pradesh. Also, we participated in ARIA ranking and recognized in the band excellence in 2021, and this year we have selected in the among top 50 university in India in the NIRF innovation ranking as declared by the Ministry of Education. 25 faculty have completed the innovation ambassador training conducted by the Ministry of Education and AICT, and providing the support and mentoring to the student to transform their idea into the startup. Apart from the IIC, the Golgotia University also actively participated in Kapila, adopted NISP policy for the development of a startup at the campus, developed the Yukti portal for the submission of idea, innovation, startup from the student as well as from the faculty members. Till date, we have received 2,500 idea and innovation submitted by the faculty and student member. We have established IPR cell that support free IPR filing by the student and faculty members. The university also proud to rank among top 5 patent filer in Pan India. We have hosted the Smart India Hackathon Hardware Edition in 2022, and our 4 teams won the Smart India Hackathon Hardware as well as Software Edition. We have hosted Toycathon Physical Edition in 2022 and participated in Drug Delivery Hackathon also in 2021. We have granted UGC 12B as well as we have a status of DSIR 0. We have established student-driven e-cell, innovation cell that consists more than 250 student members. The university also has a Section 8 company as an incubation center named Golgotia Incubation Center for Research, Innovation, Startup and Entrepreneurship, GIC RISE, as an independent Section 8 company that is registered on a Startup UP as well as Start in India portal. Currently, we have 100 plus startups that are under pre-incubation as well as incubation stage founded by the student members. We have a strong network of 150 alumni entrepreneurs who are providing the mentoring support as well as linking support to the incubation support. Thank you so much. Wishing you a great learning ahead.
Thank you, Gaurav sir. It was such a pleasure listening to all the achievements that we have achieved till now in the field of entrepreneurship. Now I would like address by Dr. Seema Gupta, ma'am, Dean of School of Business. Please, ma'am, please share some encouraging words.
A very good morning to everyone. So respected dignitaries on the dais, members of the organizing committee, participants of the event who have registered to attend the program, and dear students. So it's my pleasure to be a part of this event. First of all, my appreciation for the organizing committee. It takes a lot of effort to organize any event. And it takes even more effort if you have to get funds from the government. So I think it's a great job done here. And this is about a development program on entrepreneurship, which is based on technology. And this is the need of the hour, because as Dr. Luthra also pointed out, and Dr. Anamika also said, so entrepreneurship is the cornerstone of nation's development. It is entrepreneurs who create jobs. So we need more and more entrepreneurs. See, if you take up jobs, no, like I earlier worked with IIM Bangalore, and
the students there, they got into very high paying jobs. But despite getting into investment banking or consulting jobs, they were guaranteed to be poor. Because once you get a high paying job, no, the barrier to leave is very, very high. So they would always be stuck with jobs. So they are guaranteed to be poor. Whereas entrepreneurship is really the door to, I mean, not just the riches, but actually solving some problems related to society. So entrepreneurship is the need of the hour because they actually solve problems. It is entrepreneurs who bring efficiencies. There are so many industries, right? And if we look around, still many are being managed in a very inefficient manner. And the idea for entrepreneurship comes from our own experiences. So if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you should identify what is the pain point which is bothering you. So, for example, recently I relocated from Bangalore to Noida. And I had a terrible experience with the packers and movers. Now they are still using the same old packaging material which is used for any other item. So they are using cardboard boxes, they are using those thermocol based material. It is not at all suitable for household items, which has got so many items of different shapes and sizes. And by the time my truck came, everything was falling on top of each other. All the furniture was damaged. All the pots were broken. Many glass items, they were shattered to pieces. Now, I am sure that there is a need for technological disruption in this space. But is anyone doing it? So probably when somebody experiences this pain point, then the idea for startup will get sold in the mind of that person, and then startup will be born. So the point that I want to leave you with is that you don't need fancy ideas to start a company. The idea for a company has to come from your own personal experience. So just see what is the pain point, what is the problem which is still there. And startup is nothing but solving that problem more efficiently, more effectively than existing players. And using technology, right? I think we are very fortunate that we are living in this digital age. So when there was an internet boom, a lot of startups came in e-commerce space, right? So there were so many marketplaces. There's a marketplace for everything. So right from Flipkart to ShopClose to Nykaa to every product. Now that space is saturated. So now if you start another e-commerce marketplace, that is bound to be a failure because that place is already saturated, right? There was an opportunity when internet was booming in 2000s, but now it's too late for marketplaces and e-commerce type ideas. But now the need of the hour is science-based startups. And although we have many engineers, but we don't have many people getting into pure sciences. So as a country, we need to wake up to the potential which is there in pure sciences. And we should come up with startups which are based on R&D. There has to be a strong research and development. So packaging, movers and packers industry cannot be disrupted unless we invent new packaging material, unless we design trucks which are custom made for that purpose, right? Otherwise, we are only doing business. We are not solving the real problem. Entrepreneurship is so important that even AICTE has said that entrepreneurship should be a course in at least all management disciplines. in its model curriculum. And now most MBA and BBA programs, they have entrepreneurship as a course. So the idea is that you identify the pain point, build a product which is based on R&D, and the product is so good that the world will beat a path to your door. But of course, just because you make a superior product does not guarantee that it will become a commercial success. And more startups, they fail because of marketing, then product. So building a superior product is just the first starting point. After that, you need to have a business acumen and you need to get the go-to-market strategy right and commercialize your operations. This is very difficult time for startups because we know the macro environment and it's very difficult to raise funding in today's environment because VCs are saying it's not growth at all cost is not acceptable. So you have to get the growth, but it has to be a profitable growth. And I have seen, like I have had 2 startups of my own. And so this topic is very close to my heart and I can personally vouch for it. Every person should be an entrepreneur at least once in the lifetime. You learn so much more. The learning that you get from your high-flying jobs is nothing as compared to what you learn when you have your own company. The adrenaline rush that you feel, the passion with which you work, the ownership that you take, the riskability that flows in your blood, the sleepless nights you will face, and you are a one-person army from peon to CEO, right? There is a lot of positive stress. So I'm saying just be an entrepreneur to make your life richer because the lessons you will get, no, they are far superior. And if you decide to be an entrepreneur, try to get some friends because entrepreneurship is a solo journey. And if you have co-founders, then the path is easier to navigate. And one company which I respect, so you shouldn't be disheartened if you're working in a company because nowadays there is a concept of intrapreneur. So you can be an entrepreneur within a established company while doing a job. So you can come up with new ideas within a company. So for example, 3M, I respect that company because internally they get 20% of their revenues every year from new products. This is a vision and they have implemented the vision. It's not a lip service. Every year they launch new products and the products are based on R&D. Their products are much superior in quality. They command premium. They solve a problem, right? And they have more than 3,000 products. And every year they launch, of course, some will fail. So you can be an entrepreneur, you can be an intrapreneur. But I do sincerely hope that you tread on this path. I'm sure the program will give you a lot of insights and you will be able to come up with interesting ideas to launch a startup of your own. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Seema ma'am, thank you so much for explaining the concept of entrepreneurship in such simple words and, putting the idea of entrepreneurship in our minds so that we all can give it one chance, at least in this lifetime, to be an entrepreneur. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Ranjana Patnaik ma'am, Dean School of Biomedical Sciences, to say a few words.
Our dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Rajesh Singh and Professor Renu Luthra ma'am, our Dean School of Management, Seema Gupta ma'am, and of course, our chief guest, Dr. and Professor Sunil Shukla sir from Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Ahmedabad. I welcome you, sir, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of the technology-based entrepreneurship ceremony development program of 4 weeks sponsored by Department of Science and Technology. It aims to inculcate the spirit of entrepreneurship among science and technology students and faculties, encourage and support startup creations through guidance, mentorship, and support. The basic target of this entrepreneurship development program is to encourage students and faculties to take up innovative projects with the possibility of commercialization, leading to global recognition to entrepreneurship, to the entrepreneurs and the enterprises. And with these few words, I once again welcome all the participants and our chief guest, Dr. and Professor Sunil Shukla from EDII Ahmedabad.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, Ranjana, ma'am. So we all heard about entrepreneurship and this technology-based entrepreneur development program. Now, a few words from our research advisor, sir, Dr. Rajendra Singh, sir. Please, sir.
Good morning to everybody. On behalf of Galgotia family, I welcome all of you for this program. I am a very new for this type of programs organized by Dr. Gaurav. Dr. Gaurav and his team. It's not working. Hello, it is working. So I being a scientist, just I heard of Professor Luthra. Madam, very nice words about the entrepreneurship. Dr. Seema-ji and Dr. Ranjana-ji. So I was thinking how a scientist can become an entrepreneur. So this is a question mark for me now. Because I have not been any entrepreneurship, I have not seen, and I have not worked for them also, but I work for country as a R&D scientist. My subject is the chemistry. So just I was thinking how a chemistry can come to the entrepreneurship. So I saw the title. So title is the bio. So Dr. Gaurav has added here bio, entrepreneurship. So next time he will go for another course. I will try to add some technologies, biotechnologies in the entrepreneurship. I will suggest to Dr. Gaurav and his team. Actually, entrepreneurship, what is this? Entrepreneurship is a pivotal part of any economy. Madam Luthra has already said this thing. Without entrepreneurship, our economy cannot grow. So it is very much correct. And it is a national asset. As entrepreneurship is a national asset. So without that, if you want to progress in any area of this field, so entrepreneurship is must and it is required at very high level. As Dr. Seema has suggested, she has given one example of packaging, transport, how it can be improved. So this is a process of enhancing the skill sets of any person who wants to become an entrepreneur. So with this course, you will learn so many things. And Dr. Gaurav has designed this course very nicely. He has find out so many tools for this. So it is a generate the entrepreneurship development, incorporate various tools and conceptualize on skill development for individuals in array of the ways by the setting of objectives, programs, finding the right mentors and trainers and professionals for this course, and resources for any course. Resource is very must. Source is there, but resource is not there. So Gaurav has tried a lot to give a resource for this organizing for this entrepreneurship course, and tie up with the institution. So he has tied up with the institution to find out how we will go for this. Just he said that we will go for the industries also for a practical knowledge, how the industries giving a production to their items, how it is coming to the market, and how we are developing our economy from that. Then identifying the potential talents also. Talents means participants. So they are finding out so many participants, although it is an online course, but even though the design of this course already elaborated by Dr. Gaurav, highlighting their contents of the course, and he has shortlisted so many emerging startups he has mentioned in his talk. So I would like to put other highlights for this: innovation and creativity, risk-taking achievements, organization and management, and then catalyst of economic developments. So there are experts from the economic backgrounds, School of Business and School of Management. They know better how it can be managed. With these words, I can say this course may be a very good and benefited to all of you. And I may also learn from this so many things being a scientist. And I would like to involve my chemistry. Without chemistry, nothing can move. That I believe. So we have to put some chemistry also in this course, and next course, I will try to put up that. Next one, yes. So I heard Dr. Anamika also, and I welcome Professor Gaur also here from our Department of Agriculture, very expert person. He is a renowned person in his field. So thank you very much for inviting me for this inauguration session, and my good wishes to all of you. Thank you, Dr. Gaurav and his team. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajesh sir, for your kind words. Now, a very warm welcome to our respected chief guest for the day, Professor Dr. Sunil Shukla, sir, Director General, EDII, Ahmedabad. Thank you, sir, for gracing the ceremony. Dr. Sunil Shukla, Director General of Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Ahmedabad, has been closely working for more than 3 decades now in various areas linked with entrepreneurship, education, and development. His contribution to entrepreneurship education, research, training, and institution building have been quite innovative. Dr. Shukla institutionalized entrepreneurship education internationally and went on to launch an application-oriented, award-winning postgraduate full-time educational program in entrepreneurship. Towards establishing a strong premise for entrepreneurship, Dr. Shukla also envisioned an outcome-based, skill-enhancing model for children and youth. Several organizations and departments are benefiting from his guidance and mentorship by having him on their boards. As a researcher, he has ably extended the frontiers of entrepreneurship nationally and globally through empirical research and dissemination. He leads the largest and the most prestigious annual study of entrepreneurial dynamics in the world, the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor GEM India chapter. Dr. Shukla has extensively worked in the international arena as well. His work in the Greater Mekong sub-region, GMS countries, Asia, Africa, America, Iran, and Uzbekistan has been highly appreciated. I would request Sir to kindly motivate us with your words and please inaugurate this TEDP. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Namaskar, thank you very much. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Babu, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Kumar, Honorable Advisor to Chancellor, Dr. Luthra, Dr. Gaurav, Dr. Rajendra Singh, Dr. Patnaik, who has been instrumental in getting me here. Thank you very much, Dr. Patnaik, Dr. Gupta, Dr. Gaurav Kumar, who certainly deserves a big applaud for designing this course, Dr. Pandey and Dr. Mukherjee. I'm very happy to be here amidst all of you to understand the good work being done by Galgotia University in general, and also specifically the commendable work which you are doing in the area of entrepreneurship innovation. My compliments for your impressive performance in ARIA last year and this year, as you have been rated among top 50 institutions, ARIA, NIR of innovation. I was listening to some of you, I was here, and I certainly agree with the speakers that this is the time for entrepreneurship. We are very happy to see the progress entrepreneurship as a discipline that has made, particularly on campuses during last couple of years. Much credit goes to the current central government and various state governments, and specifically our Honorable Prime Minister, who has personally supported, encouraged entrepreneurs, startups, and a lot of newer initiatives have been taken in diverse fields to make entrepreneurship truly global and inclusive. We have seen how important projects or initiatives for the central government like Startup India, Stand Up India, Make in India have helped entrepreneurs realizing their dreams, which otherwise would have remained dormant. If we look at the institutional mechanism that we have today, if we go by about 2-year-old NASCOM report, I believe that the figures would have changed drastically. We have more than 520 active technology business incubator centers today in the country. By 2014, hardly we have less than 50, not even 50 incubation centers. At that time, when we had a few hundred startups, today country has seen emergence of close to or registration of close to about 1 lakh of startup entrepreneurs, out of which more than 100 or 110 have achieved the status of being unicorn, the valuation in terms of more than $1 billion. There are several others in the pipeline, which would again attain growth, sustainability, and maturity. India is the 3rd fastest destination in the world today. For entrepreneurship also, we have seen whether it is innovation ranking in the world or ease of doing business ranking, whose reports for last 2-3 years are not formally published, but we are aware that when the last report came, we were placed very impressively and making drastic improvement in our ranking that earlier was. At EDII, we have been conducting global entrepreneurship monitor research. For last about 10 years, we are leading India report. We published a national report. And I personally, I have seen the progress the entrepreneurs have made our entrepreneurship as a discipline, the inroads that it has made in the country. In about 2014-15, our TEA, which is the most important indicator of a country's entrepreneurial ecosystem, that is total early stage entrepreneurship activity index. Early stage entrepreneurship activity index. So those who are either about to start their business or they have about 3.5 years, about 1,000 days of running a business successfully. So what is their proportion in the country's population from amongst the working age group of 18 to 65 years? This used to be about 6 or 6.2, 6.3 kind of thing. And it has been consistently growing. And this year when we have done, it is rated as 15%. In between, only in the COVID year, the first year, 2021, the ranks came down significantly. It was down about 5% or so. But again, it has taken a jump and we are back to normal, or we have improved our performance in terms of this. Another important highlight of the current year's GEM finding is that while earlier there was a vast difference between entrepreneurial career choices of men and women, that it is fast reducing now. Still, there is some gap between men and emergence of new men and women entrepreneurs, but it may not be very significant. And the way it is coming closer, I'm sure that in a very short time, maybe another 2-3 years, there will not be any difference. May not be. That's what I guess. Another one more observation is that business discontinuity rate, the existing businesses, what is their discontinuity or continuity rate? So business discontinuity rate has again reduced very significantly, highlighting the fact that our enterprises are more sustainable and looking forward for growth. No wonder India is poised for the fastest growth, 6.2 or 6.3 in the world in terms of major economies. And all these are not just by chance. It is not by fluke. A lot of efforts have gone into it. And while credit certainly goes to the government for creating an ecosystem, but similar or equal credit goes to our youngsters, our entrepreneurs, our young friends, those who are very, very enthusiastic about entrepreneurship, which was not the scene earlier. So today's youth, they understand their real potential. They realize that what they are meant for, what they can do, and they are trying out various opportunities to really realize their dreams, be it in the technical field or in the non-technical field. Startups have come to be associated with the technology, but many of you would be pleasantly surprised that it is not only the technology-led innovations-led startups are emerging in the country, but even non-technical ventures are also coming fastly. And they are in the majority. About 53% of all startups are said to be in the non-technology field and about 47% in the technology. So those who are not from formally technology background, they can also explore entrepreneurial opportunities under the able guidance of your teachers at Galgotia, your professors, experts associated with the institutions. And I'm sure that there are opportunities in diverse fields. If you look at it, the kind of enterprises which are emerging, it's not only in the as an aggregator or IoT kind of thing, but several other forms of businesses are which are emerging. This current program, the faculty development program, is a welcome step, welcome initiative in the right direction. If you want to introduce entrepreneurship, if you want to create awareness among students,
if we want to orient them about what are emanating opportunities, I think this is the right way of orienting the faculty members first. Therefore, I compliment Galgotia and Dr. Gaurav Kumar for designing this program. Faculty development programs have been supported by the department DST, and DST is one such department. If I say that whatever we see today, the entrepreneurship among S&T institutions, science and technologies, DST is one such institution which has been doing consistently for last about 4 decades. About 4 decades. They are the first agency to promote entrepreneurship. They have variety of program under NST-EDP, National Science Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board. They have awareness program, they have faculty development program, they have women entrepreneurship program, they have technology development program. I believe one such program is for that being conducted over here. Biotechnology entrepreneurship is again a very, very important area to work for. We have DBT, Department of Biotechnology. We have BIRAC, Biotechnology Industry Research Corporation or Research Association kind of thing, that is their BIRAC. I'm not sure how many of you are aware that India has a target of vision of 150 billion biotech business economy, 150 billion. And the work that is being done through various initiatives by the department is certainly going to help it in terms of achieving or coming very close to realizing the vision. There are several initiatives. I have been part of a committee which looked at the schemes under I&M, Industry and Management Programs of Department of Biotechnology. And I'm sure that the participants would be guided for all those schemes which are available, where they can apply for funding support also. There is a possibility of Bio-Incubation Center. There is a Biotechnology Ignition Grant, big scheme is there. Small business industry research initiatives, SIBRI, what we call. So several such initiatives and grants are there, and they are interested in getting the proposals which can see the light of the day, and they would be able to come up with a newer product, newer services. So for the biotechnology is concerned, the areas of applications are vast, whether it is agriculture or food technology or drugs, pharma, machine, industry, almost everywhere we have seen emergence of biotechnology related businesses. The need therefore is to understand the requirements of the industry, requirements of the healthcare ecosystem or agriculture, and then coming up with the business profiles. This is one such a requirement which if you have about 30 or 40 faculty members attending the faculty development program, and if you can focus on developing at least 1 or 2 project profile itself in your areas of interest belonging to the biotechnology, then you will have about 30, 40 readily available project profiles which can be shared with the students for the learning and also creating awareness, and they can be motivated, inspired to take up any such project profile for further pursuing it. This is again an opportunity. Here, I would say that so far EDI is concerned, EDI has been working with GSBTM, Gujarat State Biotechnology Mission. They have a biotechnology incubation center as well. And for last about 10 years, we are running a 1-year-long program on biotechnology entrepreneurship, what we call Biotechpreneur program, supported by DST of Government of India and DST of the state government. And the program results have been very, very encouraging. We have been able to, this is an entrepreneurship development program. It's not a faculty development program, but we have been able to attract very good professionals as enrolling themselves as participants in the program. And they have been interested in starting their ventures in biotechnology field, whether the production or testing or certifications, a lot of opportunities are there. Maybe I will see if I will discuss with Dr. Patnaik and Dr. Gaurav, and we'll see if there is a possibility of organizing interactions separately with any one of our past participants who would have launched their businesses. That also is possible. EDI has been associated with the DST as well, and we have been anchoring various initiatives. For us, it is the entrepreneurship which is very important, and faculty development programs have emerged. Today in the country, DST itself supports close to 100 FDPs. And you'll be surprised to know that all the FDPs which are announced today attract good nominations. About 25, 30 plus nominations it is able to attract. But there was a time in 93, I remember when I had joined EDI at that time recently, and a program was announced by my then colleague, and the requirement was to have at least 20 participants. We were not able to get even 11 or 12. So somehow we could form a batch, run the program. It was a general EDP, not a specific EDP like what you are organizing in the field of biotechnology. But the response was lukewarm at that time. And even management was not interested. And normally management used to nominate those people they wanted to get rid of for about 2 weeks. From there, a lot of developments have taken place, and the faculty members, they themselves are interested. So they are coming, they are participating, they are trying to undergo different kind of program and take advantage of the learning opportunities. And the same changes are there in the students also. Today, the kind of students we get here, they have a genuine interest in entrepreneurship. And I understand in other institutions also, because I have been interacting at several institutions sometimes, and I find that the students are much more informed. They have much more knowledge about the technology. They are much more knowledge about the schemes. But our job is to identify the right kind of scheme with the right kind of opportunity and the entrepreneur or student entrepreneur, and do that counseling or matchmaking. It is very, very important. Number of schemes are there. Apart from the biotechnology related schemes, we have food processing, where again application of biotechnology is there. PMFME scheme is there. We have a livelihood business incubator of MSME, Government of India. If Galgotia doesn't have, I suggest that you get in touch. You are in Delhi, NCR. You can get in touch with the ministry, MSME. They have that provision. And EDI being the mentor institute for that scheme for the government. So we'll be very happy to work with you and ensure that you come up with an LBI, livelihood business incubator at your institution. We have PMEGP again. PMEGP, the funding support has been increased from 25 lakh to 50 lakh today. And if we apply biotechnology in the field of agriculture, testing, etc., again there are opportunities. The vast subsidy for rural areas, for women, up to 35% subsidy is available. Stand Up India is a fabulous scheme for women entrepreneurs. So faculty members, I would advise those who are attending this program that please inform your women faculty members, and also those who are from marginalized communities, men or women. Every bank branch is mandated to give loans under Stand Up India. The range is 10 lakh to 1 crore. Just 15% margin money. And some of the state governments, even out of that 15%, they have made provision to support by another 5%. So that also is a very good opportunity. Startup India, we all know, SIDBI has that funding support. That is there. Mudra funding is small, but sometimes very, very important and meaningful for initiating the ventures, informal businesses. There are several other initiatives which you are aware, like CGTMSC itself, adding to the success of entrepreneurs and helping them with the credit linkages. A lot of things are there. Just one word of caution that I have for each of the faculty members participating here, that if you want to create entrepreneurship, please understand that entrepreneurship is more a matter of attitude than a skill. Give this message to the teachers participating, that entrepreneurship is more a matter of attitude than a skill. There is an entrepreneurial thinking, entrepreneurial behavior, ownership to the organization. If that is important, if it is going to be important for the participants, those who are attending the program, those who are going to start the ventures, equally important is for this group of teachers who are teaching in the FDP, that we also need to demonstrate our entrepreneurial virtues, entrepreneurial acumen. That is ownership to the organization we work for, and thinking, feeling, behaving, acting like an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship doesn't have anything to do with the bureaucracy. So be flexible, be open to change, be spontaneous, be productive, be positive, and I'm sure that you will be able to make good entrepreneurs. So for the qualities and other things are concerned, I'm sure that each one of you are aware of what entrepreneurial qualities are. I'm not going to talk about all those things, but 2-3 critical factors are risk-taking, innovativeness, and proactiveness. It must be highlighted. And if we are able to come up with a good, viable business models, then certainly with the support of the ecosystem that we have access to today, they can create good, growth-oriented, sustainable, and socially responsible businesses. With this, I thank each one of you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here with you all. Thank you.
Professor, for laying down such a strong base for this 4 weeks of TEDP and encouraging today's youth, as well as for motivating our faculty members who are actually responsible for raising these youth. Also putting the emphasis back on your focus area, bioentrepreneurship, its applications and plausible work in this field. And I would like to invite Dr. Renu Luthra ma'am to say a few words and present a digital memento with Ranjana ma'am, along with Ranjana ma'am, to present a digital memento as a token of appreciation and gratitude on behalf of all the dignitaries of Calcutta University. Ma'am, please.
I really would like to express my heartfelt thanks to you, Dr. Shukla, for your gracious presence, sparing time on a working day to address these eager, young, enthusiasts, and possibly entrepreneurs in the future. I was listening throughout to your address, and I was just telling Dr. Patnaik that we could possibly have no better person than the Director General of EDI, Director General of EDII, to address and to give the opening remarks and an inaugural address of this event. So what I particularly found interesting, and which is so very true when you said, entrepreneurship is not just a skill, it is an attitude of taking ownership. That was such a true thing. You can start out doing that, but until your attitude and you don't have entrepreneurial thinking, you don't have a sense of ownership. And that, I think, was one of the most valid statements that you put. Thank you ever so much, sir. I do not know, I was not supposed to give the vote of thanks, but I think it's turning into one, because I'm so delighted to hear your address. I couldn't resist. I said, I have to go and speak. I have to thank this illustrious gentleman for his words of wisdom, the opportunities in the biotechnological field. I mean, 150 opportunities, 150 areas of work. We at Calcutta University are very, very deeply involved, we deeply encourage entrepreneurial thoughts, thinking. We have about 100 student startups in the campus. But however, I don't think how many of them will see the fruition and commercialization, but nevertheless, the fact is we don't give up on anyone. And the government of India schemes highlighting what is being done in the area of biotechnology, that is an immense privilege to hear it from you, sir. Of course, Gaurav ji and Dr. Patnaik and the organizing team, Anamika, Sumedha, they've all put together a digital memento for you. But I will use this platform to tell you that we would want your physical presence sometime in the future. I do hope you will allow us the privilege of a longer and future association. I personally would like to be permitted by you to connect with you, write to you, and seek your opinion for the interest of our students, for our entrepreneurial students. With these words, thank you once again from the bottom of my heart. I hope this is the beginning of a long association between Galgotias University and you. Thank you ever so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A great honor. All the best, and we'll be very happy to.
I'll speak few words.
Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and, gracing our this event of TEDP. Thank you very much, and kindly accept the memento from our university. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Sunil sir. It was a privilege and an honor having you as a chief guest. I would like to now call upon Dr. Sumedha Mukherjee to close this event by putting a few words of thanks for all the dignitaries. And welcome, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. Wonderful morning with lots of learning and lots of sessions. So I would like to start my vote of thanks with my sincere thanks to our Honorable Chancellor, Sir, Mr. Sunil Galgotia, our CEO, Mr. Dhruv Galgotia, and Operation Directors, Ms. Aradhana Galgotia, ma'am, for their support in organizing such an event. My heartfelt thanks and gratefulness to our Vice Chancellor, Sir, Mr. K. Mallikarjuna Babu, for allowing us and inspiring us to host this event. My sincere thanks, my warm gratitude to our advisor to Chancellor, ma'am, Renu Luthra, ma'am, for her constant support, constant encouragement, and constant motivation. Every time we go to her with any kind of idea that, ma'am, we want to do this event, she is always there. What do you need from me? And she is always there for us. Thank you, ma'am. Our sincere thanks to Mr. Rajendra Singh, sir, Research Advisor, Galgotias University, for his constant presence and constant guidance and motivation during all the events and all the research works, all the projects that we come forward with. Thank you, sir, so much. And mostly we are grateful to Miss our Dr. Anamika ma'am and Gaurav sir, our Associate Dean SOB and ISA in charge, because they were the two of people who put together this proposal so that we could get this project from DST, and they put all the long working hours and they finally made this happen. And with that, I would also like to thank the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, for actually trusting in us and allow us to host this event so that we can see far more events like this in future. And we can start with the technology-based entrepreneurship development program, which will be a basis for journey of many new entrepreneurs, I hope. Next, I would like to thank our Dean SBMS, Professor Ranjana Patnaik ma'am, for helping us with all her idea and all her knowledge and helping us to get to know Dr. Sunil Shukla sir, who finally graced us with his presence for this event. My sincere thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Sunil Shukla, Director General EDII Ahmedabad, for taking time out of such a busy schedule, and that too, as ma'am said, on a working day, to spare his moments and to talk to us, to educate us with all his warm wisdom and his knowledge so that we can move forward in this entrepreneurial journey in future. My sincere thanks to Dean SOB, Ms. Dr. Seema ma'am, for her taking out her time and helping us in the inaugural session. Our sincere thanks to all of our faculties and students who are present in this event, and a final thanks to Dr. Srivastava ma'am for agreeing to host this event and relieving me of the hosting duty. Thank you, ma'am, so much. So I look forward and I welcome all the participants and thank them for their presence in the inaugural session. I welcome you to a 4-week-long TEDP session. Don't worry, it is not going to be an easy one. It will be a rigorous journey with every day. There will be MCQs at the end of each session, and you have to participate in that. And we are looking forward to have a very jubilant and enthusiastic participation from all of you. And we look to see your participation for the whole 4 week and not just the first day. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, all our faculties, our deans, and our administrative network of GU for their immense support, and let's all make this a successful event. Thanks to our IIC members who came here on their holidays also, our student members, Naman and Arnav. Thank you for being there. Thank you, all of you. Have a great day and a great learning experience forward. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so thank you, Sumedha ma'am, for such an elaborate vote of thanks. Thank you, ma'am. I've enjoyed this anchoring and feel honored to be a part of this event. So with so many addresses from so many dignitaries, this has to be a powerful TEDP. And we will kickstart it in a few minutes from now. We are waiting for VC sir. He is expected to be in a short while from now. सर मॉड्यूल का थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन दे दूं So just to our VC sir is here. Welcome, sir. A big round of applause for Honorable VC sir. I would like to invite sir for a few words.
So, good morning. Hello. Hello. Very nice one, right? Good morning. So, how was the session? I came here to take feedback, not to lecture. Right?
It was good.
It was good. All these things we commonly give this kind of notions and notations. I derive nothing out of it. बहुत अच्छा था. क्या बहुत अच्छा मालूम नहीं. समझ में आ रहा है जो बोल रहा मैं? सबको समझ में आ रहा है? Be candid. So absolutely there is no kind of sitting on a high overview of formalities doing nothing. सबका पैर छूते हैं, मन में गालियां देते हैं. क्यों चाहिए? बताइए मेरे को. Tell me. All this kind of feedback is of no use to me. Simple, straight equation. आप क्या करना चाहते हैं, क्या करेंगे, what is your strategy, कब क्या बनेंगे? That is important. सबको एक स्लिप दे दीजिए, गौरव जी. पेपर है आपके पास? अभिषेक किधर है? पेपर लो. है, एक पेपर से नहीं होता है सर, सबको एक एक दे दो. And you write your name. You don't want to do anything also, be bold, say that I don't want to do anything. Absolutely, I respect that individual. You don't want to do anything. Absolutely, this is a trash. बता दीजिए. इसके लिए हिम्मत होना है. I see all of you are pretty young. And I don't know what आपका aspirations क्या है, what you want to achieve in your life. क्यों इधर आए? Why should a student learn from you? वो भी बताइए मेरे को. Why should a student learn from you? टेल मी, एक स्लिप ले लीजिए, इसमें आपका नाम लिख दीजिए, स्कूल लिख दीजिए, व्हाट यू वांट टू। इतना सारा नहीं, मैं बड़ा पेपर दीजिए, आप बहुत कंजूस है। नाम है क्या जी? यू गिव अ पेपर फुल शीट ना, अभिषेक फुल शीट दे सकते हैं ना, क्यों ये चौकस है? ये पेपर लाओ, 2 मिनट रहते ना, ये भाग तोड़ी जाएंगे। गिव देम अ नाइस पेपर, पीस ऑफ पेपर, लेट देम राइट। उनका एस्पिरेशन बहुत बड़ा होता है, इतना छोटा पेपर में कैसे लिखेंगे? हाँ नहीं, नो नो, यू हैव टू हैव ए स्ट्रैटेजी एंड विजन, दोनों लेके है आपके पास। विजन नहीं है, स्ट्रैटेजी कभी भी नहीं बनता। नहीं 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 मैडम, डोंट वरी, ही इज गेटिंग इट, आप बैठिए, मैं मैनेज करता हूँ। नो नो नो, यू विल गेट अ पेपर, 2 मिनट्स आपको आ जाएगा। Now, how many are students here? Any students? We are students. What you are going to tell me? What you are going to write? I thought you are all faculty. No, वो तो ठीक है, क्या लिखेंगे? वो लिखे पता नहीं करके देखेंगे, आपको पता लगवा देंगे बाद में। You have to be honest and candid. Why you sat and spend an hour of time? आप इसको how you would like to transform it in an outcome, that is more meaningful to you. Forget about others. BC क्या समझेगा, डीन क्या समझेगा, वो छोड़िए। How you out of the box, what is that you are really thinking about it, and how हम इसको आगे बढ़े। Now I just had a meeting with Apple people today. We are contemplating on a new journey without any branding, nothing, absolutely zero. 50 students, a max of 100 students will be collaboratively trying. जो training नहीं होता है, so collaboratively explore the journey, how you are going to go in the life, apart from graduating. ये जॉब के लिए नहीं ट्रेन कर रहे हैं, ये अलग बात है। सो ये सब आपको अभी हंसी मजाक लगता है, एंड अब हंसने वाला जिंदगी भर रोएगा, ऐसा भी हो सकता है। आप सीरियसली क्रिटिकली थिंक अबाउट इट एंड क्या कर रहे हैं, व्हाई आई एम स्पेंडिंग दिस टाइम, व्हाई आई कम हियर, ऑल द 8 hours आई स्पेंड इन यूनिवर्सिटी, व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, क्या चाहिए मेरे लिए, क्या मिल रहा है, क्या करना है। ब्लेम किसी को मत करो, आपको करो खुद। यू आर बोल्ड इनफ, आपको खुद ब्लेम करें। So just get me those sheet of paper. I would love to go through and just call you and write your mobile number as well, an email too. गौरव जी सबको ट्रैक कर दीजिए, so sheet ले लीजिए, right? And this is very important journey. First, मैं सबको बधाई देना चाहता हूँ. We are one of the top 50 institutions as far as innovation is concerned. सबको मालूम है, बच्चों को नहीं मालूम? We are top 50 institutions in the country for innovation. इसको क्या समझते हैं आप, मेरे को मालूम नहीं है। थोड़ा समझने लगे तो समझो, then you add something to it. So wish you all the very best and good luck. So I got to run. Thank you. वो लिखे जाए, पूरा खड़े हो जाओ, पेपर लेके
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, dear participant, for being with us and making this event, the inaugural session, a very successful. Now, we are going to start our technical session, the speaker session. So we have two speakers with us. Niraj sir, founder and CEO of Young Skilled India. He will talk about the entrepreneurship and innovation career opportunity, as well as Ms. Suman Gupta ma'am. She is the COO of BSc BioNEST Bio-Incubator, Regional Center of Biotechnology, Faridabad. She will talk about the essential of bioentrepreneurship and supporting ecosystem. So first, let me introduce our speaker. The Mr. Niraj Srivastava, sir. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. Mr. Niraj Srivastava, sir, is the founder and CEO of Young Skilled India, a Government of India recognized startup, DIPP 1656 graduated incubation from the IIT BHU, established in 2016. He is having over 15 years of rich experience in Fortune of 500 companies like Tata, Nestle, Sab Miller, with more than 5 years in leadership role. He is an IIM Kolkata alumni also. He has initiated an unique course to meet 21st century most employable skill need and will be helpful in changing unemployment status of India youth and women. Management certificate course established by the MOU with Ministry of Education, AICT, for providing next generation management skill to all UG PG students in India and other developing country. That is affordable, time saving, online, face to face, and 90% practical in nature. certificate is having global recognition. He is the mentor of change for Atal Innovation Lab at NITI Aayog. He is having a special interest in corporate training, mentoring professionals, and student employability skill development. He is the guest speaker for the University Employment and Guidance Bureau, BHU, and Institute of Entrepreneurship Development, Uttar Pradesh. He is the global mentor of Nottingham University in the that hold 17th ranks in the university in the whole world. So I would like to request and invite our keynote speaker, Mr. Niraj Srivastava, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Gaurav ji. I'll request to please share the screen option.
Yes, sir, you can share.
Yeah.
Sir, you can share.
Yeah. It has been disabled.
Okay, no, sir, you can now you can share.
Yeah. Okay, so first I'm thankful to you, sir, for giving me an opportunity to interact with all the students and the faculties. It's a really great opportunity, and I think it's a very good initiative. To first, my congratulations to the entire team of the Galgotias University. Like I was able to hear your vice chancellors, very dynamic vice chancellors who want actions only and immediate action. So it was really great, and congratulations that you are in top 50 most innovative university in India. So today, as you have mentioned, that I have to talk about entrepreneurship and innovation as a career opportunity. So I was just thinking that what to talk about this, because whenever I will talk something, there will be two ways to talk. Either I should collect all the bookish data from so many sources and I should give it back to you, which as a professor, as a teacher, as a student, everybody can access through Google or something like that. Or should I work upon that why opportunity is not existing or existing, or where we are really facing the challenges. So by seeing this, I just try to find from where I have to start. Then I could find one picture which you call amoeba. So your focus is also with the bio, right? So there is a correlation with the picture and your core focus. So basically, one simple cell has created the entire generations. What exactly we have right now. So based on that, today I would like to take you further that what do you mean by entrepreneurship? Sometimes we can give the definition that an entrepreneur means somebody who is taking risk and doing profit, this, that, and almost everything. But the ground reality is that, like Mr. Sunil Shukla sir has said, the first thing as an entrepreneur you should have that you are not, accepting the situation as it is. That is the first condition if you have an entrepreneurial bent of mind. It means that everybody is going through same situation, but nobody is bothering about that situation, that what to do, what can be done next. But somebody who is having an entrepreneurial mindset, they will try, they will, feel uncomfortable with that situation. Not only uncomfortable, but they will try to bring some new way, new thinking pattern or new ideas. And at the same time, they will face lots of challenges. So this is the first definition or first element you can find in any entrepreneur, that he is agile in nature. He can't accept the situation as it is. He will try to improve by bringing some innovative ideas or something like that. Even in this picture, it attracts me very much because a guy who is from Ajamgarh, and he may not be, that much technically, sound. But what he did, he tried to bring a new innovation or the new way to do the same job. Like cycle is already invented. But what he did, that he brought some new upgradation and that become innovation. like in a rural area of Ajamgarh in Uttar Pradesh, like when we are living in a metro town, what is happening that we can go, we can call Ola, Uber, or even Rapido, right? These are the also innovations and entrepreneurial examples. But at the same time, somebody wants to, somebody in a village area and there are 4 or 5 people, they want to go even to nearby market. They don't have 4 or 5 cycles. So what they can choose, that they can choose such kind of bicycles, and possibly the cost will be very, very less. So such kind of innovation is creating a hope that innovation is not restricted to the metro towns or the some of the particular areas only, but it can happen at any point of time, at anywhere, even in any given situation. If people are literate or illiterate, that does not matter. What matters the most, that do you have an ability to see the things differently, or you are having a courage to even think or take that challenges. So this is one of the good example I found. So I thought I should just share with you, it with the audience. Maybe audience may be students who are studying, or maybe some of the entrepreneurs are there. So let's try to understand in today's scenario what is happening. Almost 90% youth are having a bookish knowledge because there is no other option of practical aspects. So 90% youth are unemployable, and this is the data which you can find even in on Google or somewhere else. Now question is that we are feeling proud that we are a young country, and at the same time, when somebody is coming and telling you that your brother and sisters on whom you are feeling proud, only bad news is that they are unemployable. Even if you have a job, but you can't give a job. Now question is that why it is so? Is this a problem? No, this is not a problem. Problem is with this, that we are not finding any solution out of this problem. So solution can be either entrepreneurship. Many other time end of the day, what exactly we are doing with all the entrepreneurship? Why we should be an entrepreneur? Because we want to have our livelihood, that's all. We want our roti, kapda and makan. Somebody is becoming an entrepreneur. Somebody is doing, looking for a government job. Somebody is looking for a private job. So understand the current mindset of the students. The mindset of the students are, they want secure job. Go to any university, even India's top number one, number 2 university. I am interacting with the students. If I will ask 100 people, almost 98 people will say that I wish to go get into the government job. So now question is that where the student itself is not having that kind of mindset, and they are having only one mindset, that I want a secure job. Entrepreneurship will be a difficult subject to talk about. And this is the harsh reality. Now question is that, what is the job? Or what is the entrepreneurship? Whether these things are different? Possible answer is not. Idea was that everybody wants a livelihood. Everybody wants to earn money, but the means are different. Somebody is saying I am an entrepreneur. Somebody is saying that I am in a government job. Somebody is saying I am in a private job. But end of the day, everybody is earning money. And unfortunately, those who are into business, only they have an ability to give you the salary or give you the money. Unfortunately, we don't differentiate this, that everywhere we are not doing anything else except business. Even if we are in a job, we are into business. Even government job is a kind of business by the government in terms of services. Either they are in manufacturing, either they are in services, either working in the private company, they are into a business. And if we are doing a job, then we are becoming part of that business. So nowhere you are saying that entrepreneurship is a different phenomena altogether. No. Only request to the students to understand the difference. You want to become self-dependent. And for that, you are finding so many ways. Recently, you must have so many, young students who are opting for the degree. In between, they are dropping their degree courses and they are going to the traditional business, but in a different way. Many people talked about MBA Chai Wala or BTech Pani Puri Wali or BTech Chai Wali, and all those good examples are there. Now, question is that they were trying to qualify one degree, and after that they wanted to get a job. Rather than choosing others' job, they have chosen their own job, and they become entrepreneur. You call them as an entrepreneur. But the fact is that either you are in a job, either you are doing your own business. Actually, you are part of the business. So nowhere you can claim that you are not in a business and you don't know how to do the business. Even though those who are in a job, they know that they are the part of the entire business and they are doing their part only. In a business, you may take the entire part as a business and you may, involve yourself for so many other things. Even in HR function, even in marketing function, even in sales function or financial functions, anything you can talk about. So first, as a student, think that your career and your business is nowhere different. So first you start developing your mindset as a business person, because once you have a business mindset, now question is that somebody will come and they will ask you, give me some new innovative idea. On that time, you will say, no, I can't give any innovative idea because I'm in the job. No, then somebody else will give new idea, and then what is going to happen at that time? You will be the first person who will lose your job because you don't have any new idea, innovative ideas. An entrepreneur is what? He is working on new ideas every day. He's trying new elements, new risk. So many things you can talk. Even as a person in a job, you also take some risk. You call it a calculated risk? No, everywhere it's a calculated. Because our mind has been designed in such a way that we calculate everything. Even our relationship, we calculate our relationship. That who is profitable, who is not profitable, who is influential, who is not influential. So everywhere we are doing business. Business means profit and loss. Even in relationship also, we see the businesses, but we don't say it because we don't find it very, good. So sometimes we have to accept the fact as it is. And that is also first thing as an entrepreneur. You should learn that be whatever you are. If somebody likes you, it's okay. If somebody does not like, don't worry. There are 140 crore people are there. Go to somebody else. Same thing is happening with the businesses also. If somebody, you created some product, businesses, somebody may not like, somebody may like. If somebody is not liking, does not mean that no. Go to somebody else, go to somebody else, go to somebody else. To understand the difference that nowhere, if you are earning livelihood, nowhere you are out of the business. Even life is a business. किसी बड़े कवि ने कहा है कि जीवन एक व्यापार है. Maybe Kabirdas or somebody else. To understand that, first, you accepted as an entrepreneur that I'm into business. But at the same time, if you are in a private job, you are not accepting that I'm in a business. And what you are doing that you are just transferring your responsibility to somebody else. ये तो उसका business है. वो समझेगा. It means half-heartedly you are doing that job also. But the moment you will take it as an entrepreneur, or you will bring some innovation to that with others' business also, you will be the most prominent person. You will be the most desired person of that particular company. It means that well within the job also, entrepreneurial ability can be developed or can be practiced. You don't require to become an entrepreneur or do separate jobs. So entrepreneurship is a mindset. It's not only business. First thing, even in a government job, many IAS officers are there. They develop some of the you can say business areas. Some of them may be having a very good mindset, business mindset, entrepreneurial mindset. They can sense that what exactly is going to happen. I met one of the IS officer who was claiming that he developed Taj Khema. If you go to Agra, there is a place where you can see the Taj in the night, especially in the moonlight. And there is a hotel also, restaurant also. So he said that he developed that long way back in 80s and 90s. So he was having that mindset that if the tourists will come, possibly they can sense, they can enjoy, and at the same time, they charge more. It means government is even charging more money. And it means the government is also doing business. Somebody has sense. It means that IAS officer was having an entrepreneurial mindset for the government business. Now question is that there were two terms I was talking about, like entrepreneurship and innovation as a career. But first we should understand that who is entrepreneur, who is not. So now everybody is an entrepreneur. Only thing is that if you are adding attitude with your job, then only you will become an entrepreneur. Otherwise, you will be a job seeker. Like what said by, very correctly said by Mr. Sunil Shukla, that you add, attitude. So entrepreneurship is an attitude with the same business job, what exactly you are doing or you are equipped with. Now, question is that what do you mean by innovation? And what is the difference between invention and innovation? Sometimes as a student, we don't understand innovation and we misinterpret it with the invention. So you don't require to do invention. Somebody has done invention long way back. Take the case of telephone. Idea was to talk with the people who are in a long distance. Somebody came, they improved the version. They brought this keypad phone. Somebody has innovated, like Apple CEO, Mr. Steve Jobs. He sensed the business. He sensed the opportunity. And he sensed the easiness of the business. How he can make more comfortable their customer. And he created this, smartphone where keypads are on your fingers. You can use your, with your, on the screen, rather than it is getting out of the screen. That was innovation. The now question is that whether big things are the only innovation? Answer is no. Even you go in your daily life and experience innovation. What do you mean by innovation? I don't know if students can interact also. I would love to interact, but I don't know. Very few people I found, courageous enough to interact. This is also one of the biggest problem in the world, in the system, that we want everything. We want to become an entrepreneur, but we are not courageous. And unfortunately, one of the survey was there, the only 6% people are having courage, even those who claim that they are the leader. Yeah. So I don't know if somebody wishes to interact from the students, those who are participating. I would love to interact with you guys. Otherwise, it will be just like a solo speaker. I'm just trying to speak, but my intention was not like that. My intention was that somebody should interact and possibly we can talk a little bit more. Possibly we can understand that what is there in your mind, because as an entrepreneur, you should also open your mind, open your thoughts. These are the basic things, at least which you call discuss, brainstorming, talking about the even wildest ideas. Don't worry about the right and wrong thing. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. All the decisions are just probability. Anyway, so first you understand that what do you mean by invention? Invention, you want to drive something new thing, some new things, like you guys are from computer science background or something like that. Already you can do so many inventions, right? Somebody can improve bring the improved version. Lot many research work has already been done. Somebody may innovate, like the same thing is there, but the viability of the business is very less. But by innovating the process, by innovating the technology, by innovating the look, you can sell the product. Like what is happening? Take the best example of innovation. The same cloth is there. You take to the local tailor. He will see in a in his own way, and he will claim that this is shirt and pant. That's all. Take the same cloth to the fashion designer. They will innovate something, and they will sell the same cloth at the higher price. Now question is that what? Do you really require that innovation to be very, very technological or something like that? No. You require some of the skills or some of the way of thinking. So you have to understand that what do you have? Do you have that element that you can see the things in a different way? And at the same time, you can see the viability of the business. You can see the future uses where the people are really liking that. You are making people's life simple. You're solving some of the problem. But the biggest question arises, like I told you that this is a simple data which you can find that 90% of students are having bookish knowledge and they are unemployable because they are not having professional and management skills. And whosoever is doing business, they require only two things from you. You claim that I am a graduate with the history, and you want some job in some of the FMCG company. Now, what is the correlation with your history subject and this FMCG business? There is no correlation. Then what will happen to you? You will claim that I am a graduate. But they will ask you what exactly you have learned. Can you apply it in my business? Because I am here in a business. I need to serve the people. I need profit. That's why I'm going to hire you. Otherwise, you will be a cost to the company. You'll be a liability. The terminology in a business, we are talking about customer, we are talking about brand, we are talking about distribution, we are talking about profitability, we are talking about product uses, you are talking about number of distribution channel. Well, I have never heard such kind of language. Then what will happen? There is a mismatch. So understand that what exactly is required. First, you innovate yourself for the job also. You are going to apply for a job and you have never innovated yourself. You took that degree and you just passed that degree to the next employer. He said that, no, I don't want this. Even in this degree, I want something else, which you call a skill. Now, question is that, forget about entrepreneurship. Those are the big terminology. It requires lots of patience. It requires lots of sacrifices. It requires lots of, courage to remain in your domain. I am asking this question to you guys. Can anybody interact? Gauravji, is it possible that your students can interact for even 5 minutes or 2 minutes? Is it possible? No answer. Why? Why you don't have courage? Yeah, you don't want to encourage yourself, or you don't want to face yourself. Is it possible? Anybody can at least stop for 1 minute. Gauravji, is it possible? I would love to talk. I know it's a difficult task, I am saying it, but since you are talking about entrepreneurship, so without, somebody who is courageous enough to even face the camera, how come I can talk about entrepreneurship?
Good afternoon, sir. Niraj, sir.
Hi, Ishu Sharma, please.
Yes, dear participant, you can please switch on your camera and make this session interactive. Ask the question to Niraj sir. He will address all your queries. Please be interactive.
Yeah, as a student, first thing is that you have, you have enough courage to talk with the people. Forget about big things, entrepreneurship, these, that, all these are bookish things again. That's why I have not kept my presentation anything bookish. Otherwise, I could have given you कि ये data होता है, वो data होता है, everything is होता है. आप क्या कर सकते हो, that is more important. Any student, not a single student is ready to talk?
Sir,
Why?
I have a question.
No, please, at least open your camera first. Show the courage that you are really, hi, Arindam. Please, can you give me a little bit introduction? Who
Yes,
are you, so
sir.
that I can understand?
So my name is Arindam Bhattacharjee. My hometown is in Assam, Silchar. So currently I am doing my data science research internship at Chennai Mathematical Institute. Last year I have done my Indian post-graduation from Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata. So my aim is to be, I am doing my research on data analytics, and I am performing 2 projects. The first project is I have to detect the early cancer I have to analyze the data set, and with the help of that data set, I have to detect the early cancer.
You were with the Galgotia University, right?
No, sir. I'm
Okay.
from Chennai
Okay,
Mathematical
okay, you are the participants. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
that is.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Okay,
So-
thank you. So, Arindam, I have one question. Simple question is that what is your ability? What is your quality? And what is your skill? How
So
you will
my-
define this? 3 things.
Yes, sir. So my ability is to good communication skill. I have courage to face the problem, and the most important is I never give up. And the best thing is that I start learning, utilize the learning in practical field, and gain the knowledge and solve the problem of our society. So can society lives in better way. So currently
Yeah. Go ahead.
Currently I am doing my 2 projects. One project is
No,
early
that's
cancer.
fine. I have a very simple question. What is your ability, quality, and Aarti? Can you help us to know who is Aarti?
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, Aarti.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
So my capabilities and abilities are more towards.
Who is
like-
Aarti? Who is Aarti?
Who is Aarti?
Yeah.
Aarti is a very energetic person.
No, but what is her identity? First, let us understand that with whom I am talking. So, Aarti is doing what, from where she belongs to this.
Okay.
Basic
So
introduction.
currently, I am doing PGD in Entrepreneurship Course, and from EDII.
Okay. From your director was there, like Mr. Sunil
Yeah,
Shukla.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
great, very good.
So currently I'm working on 1 or 2 startup ideas. I have made them around ideation level, and now I am looking for teams and everyone. So I'm connecting with different people and trying to understand how the Indian people, the Indian current youth is moving towards. And along with that, I am trying to understand the market also.
Okay, so if I have to understand what is the ability of the Aarti, what is the quality of the Aarti, and what is the skill of the Aarti?
So, so the quality of the Aarti is first of all to give her best. Like whatever work I do, I generally try to keep it at that extent that it goes to different level. And ability is to connect with people. I can do multitask. I do multitasks many a times. And skill is networking. Along with that, I have done my biotechnology also, so I have a good hand on biotechnology also. I might not sit in the lab and do the stuff, but yeah, I have that understanding also because I have done my bachelor's and master's in there.
Okay, Beneath Mittal Saab wants to interact. Yes, sir, bataye, please. Who is Beneath Mittal Saab, and what is your ability, quality, and skills?
Yes, sir. Sir, I am a student of Biotechnology, bachelor's at Galgotias University.
Right.
And currently I am working on a startup idea, which is to facilitate practical exposure in students who wants to do like research in the field, because many times students do not get the skill enhancement or skill development that they need for making their degree useful. They just end up with a degree with no practical skills. So I want to facilitate the practical exposure that they need in their journey ahead, or to like make use of the degree which they are acquiring.
Okay.
So, sir, I had a question like,
No,
I wanted
first you answer
to,
my question. What is
yeah,
the ability, quality, and skill of the Vinith? I will answer. Don't
yeah,
worry, Vinith.
sir, for me, I think I am like attentive of my surroundings, and I love to interact with the people and gather knowledge whatever way necessary. And I do not limit myself to a single field. Like if I am a biotech student, I do not limit myself to biotech. I venture into biotech, computer science, cybersecurity, and I love reading about these subjects also.
Okay. 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 Yeah. So tell me your question, please.
So my question was to like, my idea is at ideation stage. Like I have done some groundwork, like collected students' resumes and their knowledge, but I wanted to approach like government labs and to so so I am planning to build connection with them. So I do not know how to like approach or go to the market strategy and that kind of
What is your
things.
product?
So
What is
my
the
product,
problem first? What is the kind of problem you're trying to solve? What do you want to
sir,
innovate?
sir, can I do elevator pitch? Uh,
No,
so
no, no. You can just tell me one thing. कि what exactly simple? कि आप कर क्या रहे हैं? What is your problem? What kind of problem you're solving?
सब प्रॉब्लम ये है कि बच्चों को स्टूडेंट्स डू नॉट गेट प्रैक्टिकल एक्सपोजर्स, तो उनका स्किल डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो पाता. जैसे बायोटेक के फील्ड में हमें लैब्स और प्रैक्टिकल करने की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, तो बट
Okay,
ज्यादातर लोग,
you want to establish a lab. You want to
नो,
establish a lab.
I want to facilitate the connection with the labs, because various labs also require interns and people to perform work. So I want to
Okay,
facilitate
so basically
students
you
and
want to
labs.
become, no problem. So you want to become a platform where you are having all the data from the labs also, and you are having the data from the students also. So those
Matchmaking.
labs who are looking for an intern, and those intern who want, those students who want to look for a lab in their own area.
Yes, sir.
Right? So it's a good idea. It's इसमें तो simple आपको database बनाना है, just like a naukri.com, right?
Yeah.
You have to give the Naukri to everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's just like an internship, na? It's a one set of internship, which Internsala and other people are doing.
Yes, sir.
Only thing that you are very much focused with the lab people also, right? That is the only area.
Yeah,
Maybe that lab can get extended with the pathology lab also, maybe with the chemistry lab also, maybe physics lab also. So lab is lab and lab everywhere lab, right? So you become a lab innovator, right? That is a good idea. You can go ahead. See, you can do anything. लेकिन उससे पहले first understand कि what kind of data or research you require. At the same time, first you start doing it. 10 लोगों को लेके चलो, 5 लोगों को लेके चलो, 5 लैब में जाके बात तो करो पहले. 5 लैब को अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेके तो आओ. फॉरगेट अबाउट द वर्ल्ड, गवर्नमेंट, वो सब मतलब बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें हैं. उसके चक्कर में हम लोग कुछ नहीं करते. और आपको कम से कम 9-10 साल लगेंगे इस प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में. डू यू हैव दैट पेशेंस? अगर पेशेंस है, सर्वाइवल इंस्टिंक्ट है, और केवल अर्जुन की आंख की तरह चिड़िया की आंख ही दिख रही है, तब तो ठीक है. और अगर ये है कि आज $1 बिलियन हो गया, परसों तक $50 मिलियन हो जाएगा, और अगले महीने खत्म होते होते $500 की कंपनी तो बन जाएगी, तो फॉरगेट अबाउट दिस. फर्स्ट यू स्ट्रगल, फर्स्ट यू गो एंड टॉक विद द पीपल, फर्स्ट यू फेस द रिजेक्शन. वो कर लिया आपने? नहीं किया होगा. एक बार रिजेक्शन करते हैं अभी. ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. I will share more. I will share more. Basically, I just wanted to interact with you guys. कि आप open करो कैमरा, बात करो. प्रेजेंटेशन हो रहा है, कोई बात नहीं. कहीं पे भी लगता है कि मेरी बात मेरी बात क्यों मानोगे? एज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर यू शुड चैलेंज ना कि मैं आप जो कह रहे हो सही नहीं है, हो सकता है गलत कह रहा हूं, मैं ज्ञान दे रहा हूं. That's why I tried to not to choose anything which is related to the ज्ञान. आप मेरी पूरी स्लाइड में आप देखोगे कहीं पे भी डेटा वाला ज्ञान नहीं है, बुकिश ज्ञान नहीं है. आई एम ट्राइंग की प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है एंटरप्रेन्योर बनने में. आगे अभी और हम बात करेंगे, तो गिव मी जस्ट 2 सेकंड बट बी अटेंटिव. ठीक है
सर, Arindam sir, can I connect to you over LinkedIn?
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. आई थिंक एनीबडी कैन कनेक्ट विद मी. आई एम ओपन. आपको कभी भी कोई भी हेल्प चाहिए तो दिस सेशन नेटवर्किंग इसीलिए होता ही है कि आप एटलीस्ट बात तो करो. मेंटर का काम क्या है कि एटलीस्ट ही कैन, एनीबडी कैन गाइड यू. maybe my job is what, like I am interacting with 1,000 people. I can sense कि आपकी real problem क्या है. Maybe your real problem is your the way you are approaching. Your real problem may be your confidence level, maybe your real problem may be your presentation skill. So you cannot identify by yourself, but if you are interacting with a mentor, so they can certainly add value to you. And maybe the objective of this whole exercise is that you interact and talk with the people. Varna, I could have, it's easy enough for me also कि चुपचाप अपनी अपनी बातें कहो और चले जाओ. Why I should bother about who is the audience? Even I don't know the audience, and I'm giving my lecture to the entrepreneurs. This is an irony, na? But now I understand more ki what kind of audience I am addressing. And you, out of 70, only 3 courageous people I got. तो आप percentage समझ लो कितना है. 70 का 1% कितना हुआ? Or even 10% is 7. 3.5 मान लो 3-4 लोगों ने किया, तो यानी कि 5% लोग ही courageous हैं इस डेटा में. Simple data है. And as an entrepreneur, first thing is that you should embarrass the new thing. You should face the thing, right? Anyway, so I was just talking about कि first you understand कि identify your ability. Ability means what? What you can do, on which only you have a belief that I can do. This is my ability. Like you said, now I can communicate, I can present, I can initiate. जो आपकी एबिलिटी है, दूसरे उसको क्या देखते हैं? एज ए क्वालिटी देखते हैं कि ही इज करेजियस. क्वालिटी क्या होती है? ही इज ऑनेस्ट, ही इज काइंड हार्टेड. यही होता है ना क्वालिटी. आप दूसरे को क्या बोलते हो? कि वो बहुत अच्छा आदमी है, वो बड़ा इनोवेटिव है, वो बहुत क्रिटिकल सोचता है. यानी जो आपकी एबिलिटी है वो दूसरे क्वालिटी की तरह देखते हैं. क्लियर है? एंड skill is your maybe technical skills, maybe non-technical skills, maybe music, maybe anything. So first you observe yourself कि first 12 year what kind of behavior you were having. वो बहुत जरूरी है. How you have been groomed in first 12 year. What kind of environment you have faced in first 12 year. Maybe you can write, maybe you can think. And what kind of developed personality you have developed. You may be good, you may be कि I am not okay, you are okay. You may be that I am okay, rest others are not okay. So identify yourself first. That will come with the past data. Sometimes what you are doing in present, even you are studying, but what different you are doing from the others. Identify that. If nothing is there, try to work more. How do you see your future? Somebody says ki become an entrepreneur, somebody says become a doctor, somebody says that this, that. But what is your intention? To earn money? Is there any purpose involved with that future? जब purpose आएगा तो रास्ता दिखेगा. अभी purpose नहीं है, अभी तो survival है. जिसे आप कहते हो ना कि I want to become a doctor. You don't want to become a doctor. You want to survive your life. You want to earn money. चाहे वो डॉक्टर बनो, इंजीनियर बनो, सब्जी वाले को लेके जाओगे 100 रुपया. Either from doctory, either from engineering, you have earned. That vegetable vendor is differentiating कि ये 100 रुपया कहाँ से आया, गवर्नमेंट जॉब से आया, प्राइवेट जॉब से आया. No. So basically your job means you are just trying to survive yourself. But with the purpose, if you are surviving, that will become an entrepreneurship. ठीक है? तो job और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में बस इतना ही अंतर होता है कि एक एंटरप्रेन्योर के पास एक बड़ा पर्पज होता है और एक जॉब वाले के पास एक गाड़ी, एक घर और पड़ोसी से ज्यादा पैसा, उसके अलावा और कोई पर्पज नहीं होता उसकी लाइफ का। ठीक है, नाउ क्वेश्चन इज दैट, क्या आपके माँ बाप या हमारे माँ बाप कभी कहते हैं कि बेटा एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाओ? कभी सुना है आपने आज तक? अगर आपने गलती से कह दिया कि आई वांट टू बिकम एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, क्या होगा? घर में आपके पड़ोसी, रिश्तेदार, सबको बुलाया जाएगा कि ये तो पागल हो गया है, इसका दिमाग फिर गया है, इसको समझाओ। फूफा जी समझाने में उतर आएंगे। अगर उनसे बात नहीं बनेगी तो कोई विदेश में अंकल जी रहते हैं, वो जॉब करते हैं, आईएएस होंगे या उनके रिश्तेदार होंगे, उनको बुलाया जाएगा, झाड़ फूक कराया जाएगा, साइकोलॉजिस्ट तक को भी बुला दिया जाएगा कि देखो इसका दिमाग पागल हो गया। दैट इज द सिचुएशन ऑफ द एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इन इंडिया। फॉरगेट अबाउट द वर्ल्ड। आप अपने घर में जाके आज बोल देना कि पापा मैं तो बिजनेस करूंगा, फिर देखो क्या होता है, शाम को खाना तो नहीं मिलेगा, ये तो कंफर्म है, राइट? तो अंडरस्टैंड कि हम किस माइंडसेट, किस जगह से आकर के उस लेवल पे पहुंचने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। आप बात कर रहे हो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की, एंड पेरेंट्स आर नॉट रेडी। या यू वांट टू से समथिंग?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, बोलो बोलो।
Sir, you just told us that people don't encourage to become an entrepreneur from the Indian parents. So
percentage is very very less. 0.001% हो सकता है, मुझे
yes sir, yes sir. So when I searched the
your parent
entrepreneurship,
में see my statement was just एक नॉर्मल वन था जो अभी होता है। It's not related with your parents. Your parents may be encouraging. So first, forgive me if I have said something and you felt like that, right? Yeah.
So thing is that, sir, in my case, I have introduced myself that I have these kinds of qualities in me. So I have seen, whenever search about the entrepreneurship, I have seen that most of the entrepreneurship is failed within a 1 year or
don't worry, वो सब बातें हम बड़ी बड़ी बातें बाद में करेंगे। अभी we are talking about basic qualities, right? Yes sir, हनुमान सिंह राठौर सर, बताएं सर।
Good afternoon sir, is it audible?
Yeah, very much sir, very much, please.
Yeah. Myself Dr. Hanuman Singh Rathore sir, and I am from Nagaland Central University, working as assistant professor in Department of Biotechnology.
Nagaland University.
Yes.
Okay, great sir, great. Yeah.
Sir, I have how to judge our own capabilities, easy way or hidden talent. Actually, we wish to say many things for presentation skills, so many things. So it is how to judge ourselves that in a crisp way.
Yeah. See, these are the basic, things which maybe I will ask Gaurav Saab to have one more session for, कि know yourself, कि आप अपने आप को कैसे समझोगे, right? So, first thing is that I told you like कि first you start differentiating. हम अभी क्या बोलते हैं कि आपको बोलते हैं कि 2 स्ट्रेंथ आप बताइए और अपना 2 वीकनेस बताइए। हनुमंत सिंह राठौर सर, आपका 2 स्ट्रेंथ क्या है और 2 वीकनेस क्या है?
I am dedicated for my work and I am punctual also.
ठीक है, you are punctual and dedicated. ये आपका स्ट्रेंथ है, ठीक है? वीकनेस क्या है?
Weakness, sir, generally what will happen, presentation is there, presentation skill is there, but not very high quality, we can say. It's like sometime we face the stage also, so that time it's natural tendency, fearness will come sometime, or that we can overcome also, but it is like a process of going step by step.
So fear from others is existing since childhood.
Pardon me, sir?
Fear from others is existing in personality. जो चीज है उसको एक्सेप्ट करने में कोई बुराई नहीं है।
Yes sir, yes sir.
अगर एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे तो डर खत्म हो जाएगा।
हाँ, ये सही बात है सर।
तो पहले तो आप एक्सेप्ट करें कि ठीक है, फियर होता है, 75% लोगों को फियर होता है स्टेज पे जाने का, उसमें कौन सी बहुत बड़ी बात है। कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, कई बार लगता है कि कम्युनिकेशन मीन्स कॉम्प्लेक्स इंग्लिश कम्युनिकेशन। नो, कम्युनिकेशन मीन्स कि अगर मैंने आपको इशारा भी कर दिया तो यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि आई वांट अ ग्लास ऑफ वाटर, माय कम्युनिकेशन इज ओवर।
It's
to
like a
first
representation.
have the ability to communicate with anybody. Presentation is nothing. Presentation is how you are. See, my job is like how I can enter in your brain or get the some space. Otherwise, क्या होगा कि everybody is having their mobile phone. They can open their mobile phone and they can go. They are here, but they are not listening me at all. क्योंकि हम होश में रहते ही नहीं है. पता है आपको?
Self-awareness.
90% of the time हम बिना होश में रहे हुए काम करते हैं. We don't. We are in a subconscious mode. ये एक प्रॉब्लम है सोसाइटी की. आप कभी भी अपने आप को चेक करो. मैं पूछूं कि आपने लॉक किया है कि नहीं किया और कैसे किया है. लॉक करते समय चाबी कौन सी चाबी यूज करिए या उस चाबी में कौन सा छल्ला लगा हुआ है. You will never even remember that. आप बल्ब बंद करने जाते हो, कोई भी लाइट आप देखते हो कि फटाक से स्विच बंद कर देते हो. इफ आई विल आस्क कि उस वहां पे जो स्विच था उस पे कोई दाग वाग लगा हुआ है क्या, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेल. आप अपना लैपटॉप ओपन करते हो, आई कैन आस्क कि उस लैपटॉप में नीचे जो छोटा सा चिप लगा हुआ है वहां पे कुछ लिखा हुआ है, कैन यू रीड दैट? आप नहीं बता पाओगे क्योंकि हम होश में ही नहीं हैं. तो जिस दिन होश में आ जाएंगे, कॉन्शियस हो जाएंगे, अलर्ट हो जाएंगे, आपका काम बहुत बड़ा आसान हो जाएगा. आई विल रिक्वेस्ट, डोंट वरी, दैट इज माय एरिया ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज, राइट, डोंट वरी. तो आई विल रिक्वेस्ट गौरव सर कि कभी वो सेशन करें. ये एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है. दैट्स व्हाई आई ब्रॉट दिस कि आपकी एबिलिटी, आपकी क्वालिटी और आपका स्किल. क्योंकि कई बार होता है कि हमें पता ही नहीं है, कई बार हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि हमारी एबिलिटी क्या है, हमारी क्वालिटी क्या है, जिसको कि हम बड़ा कर सकते हैं. जैसे आपकी एबिलिटी क्या है, यू आर ए वेरी गुड ऑब्जर्वर. अंडरस्टैंड करें आप. पहली आपकी एबिलिटी है कि यू आर वेरी गुड ऑब्जर्वर. सेकंड, आप यू आर वेरी डेडिकेटेड पर्सन कि जो काम आपको जैसे कहा जाएगा आप कर सकते हो. राइट
सर, इसीलिए मैं
बता रहा हूं कि आपका कमी क्या है. आपकी कमी यह है कि आप अपनी बात समय पे नहीं बोल पाते हो. इसलिए जो आपसे पीछे भी होते हैं काम थोड़ा करेंगे, बता ज्यादा देंगे, और आप काम इतना करोगे और बता भी नहीं पाओगे उतना. हेलो,
यस सर, आपकी वॉइस आ रही है सर.
वी हैव टू फिनिश. गौरव साहब.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. So I'm really sorry कि काफी लंबा सेशन हो गया.
नहीं सर, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. लंबा सेशन वो मैम को वेट कर रही हैं. So our the next speaker is waiting.
हाँ ठीक है, no problem.
Some other commitment.
Yeah. Thank you. Suman
Yes,
Gupta ma'am is already there. So
yes.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Actually, okay. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing your wisdom and motivating the student and young minds for the entrepreneurship and innovation, for taking as a career opportunity. So kindly accept the guest of honor as a token of appreciation on behalf of the Galgoti University.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, and thank you for inviting me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
so all
sir.
the best,
So,
and maybe we can interact some other day, right?
Yes, sir. So all the participant who has any query, they can write in the WhatsApp group that is created by me, and if you have joined in that WhatsApp group, you can write. I will forward your query to our speaker to address that query. Okay. So now I am requesting Suman Gupta ma'am, our next speaker for the session. Before proceeding to the session, I would like to introduce Ms. Suman Gupta ma'am. She is the Chief Operation Officer of the Bio-Incubator at Regional Center for Biotechnology, which is an academic institution established by the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, under the UNESCO initiatives, and she provides leadership to the Bio-Incubator that nurture the entrepreneur in the area of biotechnology and provides them the required mentorship to commercialize their ideas. She has been instrumental in setting up the state-of-the-art incubation facility that has supported more than 40 startups since its inception in November 2013. Ms. Gupta has been a prudent drug discovery scientist having over 20 years of rewarding association with the premier multinational pharma companies. She has led many drug discovery projects and has played a key role in finding several clinical candidates leading to investigational new drug molecules. She is an experienced project manager and an expert in managing global collaborations always, and she is the alumnus of MSU, Baroda, and Ruia College, University of Bombay. So now I would like to request our next speaker, keynote speaker, to proceed over the session. Thank you, ma'am, also for accepting our invitation.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you.
I'll just try to share the screen.
Yes, ma'am, you can share.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it in the full? I have to make it. Yeah. Is it in the full screen mode?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. So thank you so much for inviting me, Dr. Gaurav. It is indeed a pleasure to be talking to the participants and faculties of Golgothia University and all others. So the topic that has been given to me by Dr. Gaurav is to talk about bioentrepreneurship and the supporting ecosystem which exists for bioentrepreneurship. So we've been hearing about, different aspects of entrepreneurship since the morning, and I've attended a few of the talks, and I think my job is made easier. The stage has already been set, so I don't need to repeat those things. So maybe I'll skip few slides in between not to cover the same thing. So today we will be just briefly talking about the concept of bioentrepreneurship. I will talk to you in detail about the life sciences example so that you understand how does a biologist become an entrepreneur and use the biology to create a successful enterprise. We will talk about how the Indian startup ecosystem is and what are the role of the bio-incubators, why bio-incubators have been created and what kind of support do they provide. And I'll talk about Regional Center for Biotechnology. So I come from Regional Center for Biotechnology, which is an autonomous institute by Department of Biotechnology. And it has a beautiful incubator and other infrastructure. So I'll talk in detail about that. And I'll also touch upon the funding schemes, and we'll talk briefly about the technology readiness levels and what do you mean by tech transfers. So we'll start with this one. So I think more or less all other speakers have talked about this. So there are several options that exist for any life science student, to either go into academic area or go into a non-academic area or choose some specialized services. But here today we are talking about a different segment, which is bioentrepreneurship. So many of the students or, even researchers can take up this job and they can become an entrepreneur. So in what they do here is that you create your own scientific enterprise and you try to be different from others by being a job creator rather than a job seeker. So we've also seen in the morning that what is innovation and how is it different from invention and innovation. So in innovation, what you're doing is you're creating value from an idea and you're trying to solve a pain point of the customer and trying to bring that idea successfully to market. So only when your idea is scalable enough, then you can bring it to the market and solve the pain point of the customer. So that is what is innovation that we're talking about. And innovation can be big or small or, disruptive or it can be incremental. So broadly, you classify them into 9 types of innovations. So here you see all of them listed here. Like, for example, service innovation or innovation in the business model, disruptive innovations, outcome-driven innovations, or incremental innovation, product and process innovation. So these are the broad ways in which we categorize the innovations into. And I'll not spend too much time here because every speaker has also talked about this previously. So we know that Uber, Swiggy, etc. So these are all the innovations we could never think of, ordering food at night at our convenience, and whatever we want to eat is all possible by these business model innovations. And then we have outcome driven innovations where somebody has an outcome already in mind and then you work towards that to get that outcome happen. For example, the nano car. So Tata wanted that everybody who's riding a scooter should also try to have a car. So they have an outcome in mind and they work towards it to get the car in that range. Incremental innovation is basically small but meaningful innovations. So like, for example, these improvement in the bulbs that we have. right? So these are very small innovations, but they're meaningful. So we are all okay to pay for that innovation. And then you have product innovation, you have process innovation. Online banking is a beautiful example of that. We don't need to go and stand in the queues in the bank. So these are different types of innovations. And we also know that there are something called as a frugal innovation. So where we are getting maximum by putting in minimum. So jise jugaad innovation bhi kaha jata hai. So like example, you see here, this man is boiling potatoes, and with the steam coming out of the potatoes, he's also making the coffee. Presentation में भी देखा जैसे वो बच्चे ने 6-seater bike बनाया था. So these are called as jugaad innovations. So this guy is but you get a good outcome. So what we see in all these is that somebody has been observant and has identified the right problem and then tried to solve that problem, right? So I think hum log subah se ye sun rahe hain ki identifying the right problem and being observant, observing around is the key for a good successful entrepreneur. So now we understand that problem solving is such an important step. So usme steps, what are the steps involved in that? So the first important step is to clarify the problem. So once you clarify the problem, then you ideate around that problem, and then you start developing the solutions for that. The solution that you think is good, you start developing around it, and then you implement that idea, and then you evaluate whether your idea has been good or not. So we'll now talk about each step in detail. The first one is basically to clarify the problem. So clarifying the problem in this step, what one has to do is to identify the gap. What is the gap which is existing? So essentially what you do here is you're trying to do a need analysis. What is the need? What is the gap between the existing solutions and what is the pain point? So you're trying to identify that gap. And how you do that gap is by asking good and relevant questions. That is it actually a problem? And if it is a problem, then for whom is it a problem? At what time is it a problem? And where is the problem? So if you ask these right questions, you will be able to come up with the right problem. And Albert Einstein said once that if he had an hour to solve a problem, he will spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and only 5 minutes to solve it. Because once you have identified the right problem, you will be able to get the right solution. So like, for example, when we go to a doctor, so doctor ko to hum symptoms batate hain, right? Fever hai, headache hai, ye ho raha hai. But doctor asks you several questions. And why he does that? Because he has to go to the right problem. That what is it that is causing the headache? Is it that you have a stomach infection, or is it that something else is happening? So once he comes to the right problem, he will basically be able to give you the right solution. So similarly, an entrepreneur has to do the same thing. He has to be talking to the people and finding out the right issue or the right problem. So being observant and curious is the key which will lead you to identifying the right problem. Once you've identified the right problem, then you start ideating around it. So you start generating whatever is the possible idea. So at this stage, you will write down as many ideas as possible, and you are not going to evaluate the ideas at this stage. So any of the team members can come up with a silly idea, or even you think it is not possible, but still you should list down all the ideas at this stage. And then you should try to go to the next step. So what are the approaches to ideate? It is not every time that you will come up with a disruptive idea, okay, this can happen. So there are several approaches that one can use to come up with a good idea. For example, combining, rearranging, enhancing, adapting, turnaround, elements. So these are different approaches that one can use to come up with a good idea. Like, for example, combining means that we all use strollers, right? So stroller is nothing but a bag which has a wheel in it, right? So this has made life so easy for all of us, travel so easy for all of us. So bag was already there, wheels were already there, but somebody came up with this good idea of combining these two. And that combination has brought about, which is called as an innovation. And this is such a useful item that all of us, carry. So somebody was being observant that it is very difficult to carry those heavy bags without, every time either you need to have a porter or you need somebody, strong enough to carry those bags. So you have that, somebody combined it. So this is the way you've combined already existing knowledge and come up with a good solution out of it. And similarly, I think I will want to talk about adapting. So nature also provides lot of things. One has to be observant to observe from nature also. Like, for example, if you look around and see, so this about the Velcro. So there was a Swiss engineer, George D. Menstruel. So he was going to the Alps with his dog, and once he came back after the trek, he found that the dog fur had something like this sticking on the fur. So then he analyzed them under the microscope and he found that there are certain hook-like structures because of which these things have got stuck to the fur of the dog. And then with that idea, with that observation, he came up with inventing the Velcro, and he got patent on this in 1955. Until today, Velcro is being used so successfully. So this is like, we have to be observant and observe from the nature as well. And very good examples exist and that can be employed and used. Eliminating is all we know that, if we can, to create more space, to create more things, we are having engine-less cars or, even the driverless cars or the clutchless cars. So these are examples of eliminating. So from the existing things that we have, we can use those approaches to come up with an innovative idea. And once you have all those ideas listed, then you go to your business model canvas. I think you have a separate session probably on this. So business model canvas is something where you write all the ideas with, let's say you come up with 5 ideas, and with all those 5 ideas, you make these 5 canvas. So for idea number 1, you will make this canvas where you will see, you will write down what is the value proposition of your idea number 1. So what is the value that idea is going to provide? You will mention that in the center segment. On the left-hand side, you will write down the key activities and the resources that will be required to achieve that final product or that solution. And on the right-hand side, you will write who are going to be the customers and how you're going to manage the customer, how that product is going to reach to the customer. So all that will come on the right side. And at the bottom, you will write what is the kind of costing it will involve and what is the kind of revenue that you will generate if this idea is made live. Right? So for all those 5 ideas, you will do this kind of analysis, and you yourself will come up to the conclusion that yes, idea number 3 is good because I'm getting a good revenue out of it. It looks easy, it looks simple, and then I'll be able to do it better. So you will yourself be able to prioritize, and you say that idea number 3 will be your first priority to try, and then idea number 5 will be your second priority. So this way, using this canvas, you can try to analyze which idea needs to be prioritized. And once you prioritize the idea, you will start working around that prioritized idea, make a prototype, and then you will start evaluating it. Evaluation means that you will roll that idea into the market and seek customer feedback, whether the pain point which you had thought that it will solve, whether it has been actually solved or not solved, or it needs some further modification. So if there is a need for further modification, you will go through the entire step all over again, and then you will do it. And if you think that this idea is not worked out, then you will go to your priority number 2 idea. So this is how you will do to solve whatever problem you've identified. And just a quick definition. So what is a startup basically? A startup is an entity which is called as a startup till 10 years from the date of incorporation. It can be a private limited company, a LLP, or a partnership firm. But the catch is that the turnover must not exceed more than 100 CR in any fiscal year. And that entity should be involved in developing new, improving the existing product or services. So this is how the definition is from DPIIT India to be called as a startup. And I think this we have already, all the previous speakers have talked about what are the characteristics of being a good entrepreneur. So passion, commitment is, all of us have understood this. It is very important. Leadership ability, risk-taking ability definitely is what is needed for a successful entrepreneur, and business acumen and entrepreneurial mindset with a strong knowledge of and understanding in the biotech field. So if you want to be a bio entrepreneur and you're using bio as the base of your enterprise, then you need to have a strong understanding and knowledge of the biotech sector. So now I'll give you a few examples of how the people have used this skill and come up with successful products. So this is an example of Om prosthetic device. So what this group did was they studied the throat cancer patients, and they realized that throat cancer patients have their voice box removed, and because of which they're not able to talk. So Dr. Vishal Rao and Shashank, they identified this problem, and then they worked around to find a solution. So they made a medical device, which is this prosthetic device. This can be used as a device which can be, these patients can use, and the vibrations can be converted into a voice which can be understood by the other person. So this is called as Om voice prosthetic speaking device, and they made it so affordable. It's called as $1 speaking device. So we should appreciate that it is not only coming up with a good idea and getting a good product in market, but at the same time, it should be affordable also, affordable and accessible. So only then the
Any difficulty, ma'am? Ma'am, you are muted.
Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, because it said host muted me, so I was wondering, you want me to stop? Okay. So now I'll give you another example. This is basically a Flexio, which is an orthopedic cast. So all of us know that when there is a fracture, the doctor puts that white plaster, and it is very heavy and very tough to manage for those 3 weeks or 3 months, etc. So this company, Ortho Heal Private Limited, they observed this problem, and then they worked around it. So they made a cast. So this is an orthopedic cast, which is made of nanofibers. And this is a zippable cast. So it is soft initially, but when you zip it around the arm and it comes in contact with sunlight, so those nanofibers harden, and they give you that same strength of the white or plaster, the traditional plaster. But the advantage here is that it is breathable, washable, lightweight, and the patient does not feel, uncomfortable. So you can appreciate the kind of observation this group had, and they converted into a very usable product. And today morning, I think, I don't remember, Dr. Sapna or somebody said that there is no packaging material, which is depending on the need of the product. There is no such packaging material available. So I'll give you an example of one of the company which is incubated in our incubator. So this company is basically trying to make packaging material out of which is biodegradable, and they're using parali. So we all know that parali burning issue is there in north of India, and so that parali, what these guys do, they take it from the farmers, they put it in, pack it in bags, and there is a mushroom grown into these bags, and because of the mycelia of the mushroom, the parali hardens, and whichever shape you put it into the mold, it will take that shape. And now this packaging material is used for packaging glass bottles, for packaging, Havells tubes, etc. So this is being used there. So we can appreciate that they are trying to solve two problems. One is, obviously, when you're collecting the parali from the farmers, you're reducing the pollution level, and then at the same time, you're coming up with a biodegradable packaging material. This is another innovation which is by one of the company incubated with us again. So they are called as incredible devices. So they have made this machine which is used to reprocess the catheters which are used in hospitals, and they've got some traction in hospitals as well. This is a sleep monitoring device, again, our incubator company. So they have made this device that you can see here. And the beauty of this device is that it can be kept in a general ward of a hospital, and then it can monitor 15 to 20 patients in one go and monitor the sleep pattern of those patients. And whichever patients need attention, doctor can attend to that patient. So this is a remote respiratory monitoring device. This is kept like that, along with the patients, and it can monitor. So during COVID time, it was pretty useful to get those sleep patterns of the patients. Apart from that, there are a lot of successful science-based startups, deep tech science-based startups in India, and few of the examples are listed here. So some of them work in advanced wound care. Some of them is trying to work on making a drug towards drug resistance, gram-negative bacteria. So these are the companies that you can search in Google and also find about them. So point here is that it is possible to make a good, successful enterprise, provided you work on the right problem, you work on the right, with the right approach and the passion. So there are several areas, many a times this question comes up that what can a biologist do, which are the areas that we can work upon. So there are ample number of areas that we can contribute. Being a scientist, being a biologist, we can contribute our knowledge to come up with products which are affordable, accessible, and solving the pain point of the customer. So I think I'll not spend too much time here. We know that previous speakers already talked about it. So we are the third largest ecosystem in the world. Just a minute. We are the third largest ecosystem in the world, and we have more than 55,000 plus startups already there. And if we talk of the biotech sector, by 2024, we are expected to be 10,000 plus startups. And Global Innovation Index, we are 14 number, and this rank has been improved in the last 3 to 4 years tremendously. We were around 65 to 70 2 to 3 years back, and we are now 14 in the Global Innovation Index, number 1 in ease of doing business ranking in the South of Asia. And very important thing is that we are growing towards $150 billion economy by 2025. So, and startups and entrepreneurs are going to be major contributors into this, getting into this bioeconomy. And especially the working age population, the students and the faculties that we have, India is blessed to have 63% of our population in that zone. And you guys are going to contribute immensely to this bioeconomy. And I think this is a picture that you can get from Google, which is unicorns and sunicorns. So there are a good number of unicorns, and there are good number, same good number who are going to be unicorns very soon. So now I'll come to the bio-incubators. What are bio-incubators and what do they do? So as all of us know, being life science people, that any idea if we have, and if you want to make it into a commercially viable product, so there is huge infrastructure investment that one has to make. And we know that not every idea will be successful because there are long gestation periods. There is quite a lot of uncertainty whether the idea is going to work or not, since we're dealing with biological systems. A lot of capital investment is needed. So in order to minimize some of these challenges that deep tech bio-based enterprise will face, bio-incubators are created. So I'm just going, this picture is only about the incubators created by BIRAC or DBT, but there are equally good numbers created by DST, EDII, etc., all across India. So the red dots that you see are the ones which are created by BIRAC. I think this number has now gone up to 75, and huge number of incubators have been supported, a lot of IP generated, a lot of employment generated. So these incubators basically are the places which will be, they provide that infrastructure for an entrepreneur, and where you can take your idea and go to the incubator, and the incubator will provide the infrastructure, the mentors, the funds, and the networking for you to be able to start working on generating proof of concept on the idea. if you're able to generate the proof of concept of the idea, you will scale up and then you will commercialize. So essentially, these are the facilities which are basically hand-holding you and supporting you in the initial days when you are not even sure whether that idea is going to work or not. So you're not wanting to spend too much in terms of money. So at Regional Center for Biotechnology, so this is a cluster where Regional Center for Biotechnology is located. So this is basically about 20-25 minutes drive from Delhi Airport. And then we are a National Institute of Importance. We are established by Department of Biotechnology, and we are also associated with UNESCO as a Category 2 center. So this is RCB and this is THSTI, which is Translational Health Science Technology Institute. And in the center, we have the Bio-Incubator, where all the startups that come to us are housed here. So RCB is basically involved in academic training and research purposes. So we have pre-doctoral programs, we have doctoral research programs, and we have postdoctoral programs. So we also offer MSc integrated PhD programs, etc. And the entrepreneurial support is provided by BSc BioNEST Bio-Incubator. We call it as BBB. And there is an advanced equipment facility as well available here. So when the startups come here, we provide them lab space, office space, culture facilities, advanced instrumentation facilities. There is a patent assistance, there is a business support. So all, and there is a funding support. So all that is available in the incubator. So we have about now, I think close, this is little older table. We have now close to around 50 startups who are incubating, who have incubated with us in these past 4 years. And I think this is about the incubator's performance. We can skip that. These are the few facilities that will give you an idea of how. So these are the central instrumentations facilities which are made available to the startups, autoclave rooms, and then we have the culture rooms. So you know that for any deep tech life science based innovation, all these facilities are needed. So all these are provided at BBB at a very nominal charge. And then these are the lab spaces. You can also take independent labs. So 4-seater, 6-seater, 12-seater labs are available that can be occupied by the startups. And in addition to that, we have all these facilities on the campus available. So startups who are incubated can use this, and these facilities are also open to anybody. So any faculty from Galgutias or anybody who's attending this this session today. So if you have any samples which you for which you need these facilities, you can write on the email ID and the samples will be processed and shared. The data will be shared. And the process for incubation is very simple. Minimum qualification for a person should be a graduate, and you have to apply. And then there are 2-step committees who will evaluate the proposal. And if the proposal is found good, then we incubate those people here. And generally, we are basically accepting proposals in the life sciences area, biotech and biopharma, medtech areas is what we specialize in. Okay, so now we'll come to the funding schemes which are available. So I think we know that there are angel investors who can fund, there are venture capitalists, there are government funds, there are incubator accelerators, crowdfunding options, strategic partnerships are available, corporate venture capital, bank also gives loans, your family and friends. So these are several options from which you can, from whom funds can be obtained. But in the initial stages, it is much easier to get funds from, it is recommended to get funds from government and, from the incubators and family and friends. And others, when you grow in the stage, you can opt for these other options. So, but whenever you're going to ask for funds, let it be your family or friends or, incubators or government. So you'll have to pitch your idea, and pitching is basically telling your idea in a very crisp manner to somebody from whom you're asking the funds. So you have to make a compelling business plan and demonstrate the viability of that plan. Only then somebody will be able to give you a grant or a fund or even invest in you. So business pitch becomes very important. And what is a business pitch? It's a plan that you present to your potential investor to secure funding. And to have a good business pitch, you should have these points captured in that pitch. you should be able to tell the problem and why you did it, your proposed solution, what is the target market, what is the kind of strategic value that your idea is going to provide, the revenue model, and what is the competitive advantage, because unless there is significant advantage, people are not going to listen to the idea. And what is the kind of exit opportunity that you're going to give to the investors. So these 10 points become very important when you're making a pitch. I think you would have already heard about elevator pitch. So elevator pitch is something that you are trying to tell an investor who does not have too much time. So you have very limited time of 2 to 3 minutes to grab his attention and to tell him the right thing. So you have to be very concise and to the point. You have to create an elevator pitch and practice your timings, pay attention to the details, understand which audience you're going to pitch, because if you're going to pitch to your family and friends, the pitch has to be different. If you're going to pitch to a incubator, it has to be different. If you're going to pitch to a VC, it has to be different. So depending on the kind of the audience that you are trying to convince or talk, you will have to modify the pitch and work around it. And a lot of practice needs to go into this, because that is a very important step for you to enter into a conversation and get a second meeting with that person or investor. So there definitely has to be passion, because when you talk, it shows that whether you are passionate about the work that you're doing or not. So talk about your team and talk about how you will deal with the competition and what is your go-to-market strategy. So with these 10 points, you can make a very good business pitch. And the government fundings which are available, I have just briefly put them here, just for you to know that these are all the different schemes which are available. So you know that once you have an idea, the idea moves from idea stage to a proof of concept stage, and then you generate a prototype, then you do some trials around it, then you commercialize it, and then you have the product in use. So in all this stage, there is a different set of financial requirement which is there. So you start from 5 to 50 lakh, and then it can go to crores when you move in different phases. So these are the different funding bodies which are available. Few of them I have listed here, and all these are the schemes which are listed. So you can see that there are enough number of government schemes available to support in each stage of your journey. But the only catch is that all these grants are competitive, and your proposal has to be very clear, very crisp, and very good to secure these grants. So right now, BIG grant, which is biotechnology, one of the grant by biotechnology, that's a 50 lakh grant, which is given to a proposal, an applicant for 18 months, biotechnology ignition grant. So this grant is right now open, and the last date to apply is 16th of August. So in case any of you is interested to apply for this grant, we can talk separately.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry for interruption. I am just want to know, can you get a slides of those presentation, because it is for me it is too fast, and if I go through the slides once more when we are become free, it will be better, ma'am.
Okay, who's asking this?
Ma'am, Orindam Bhattacharya.
Acha, ठीक है. We'll coordinate with Dr. Gaurav, and you'll get the details.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. And so for specifically for students, these are the 3 schemes: Sitare, EUA, and I think you already have probably the EUA at your center, I guess, and then Nidhi Prayas. So I will not go into the details of all these schemes, but these are especially for the students. Then we'll come to the last section, which is technology readiness level and technology transfer. So I think you heard about the NASA's TRLs, which are basically, you can find about them in Google. But if we talk about for a deep tech science startup, then the technology readiness level is defined as these, that in your initial phase, which is TRL1, you're trying to do a scientific technical evaluation of the idea. In TRL2, then the research idea and the protocols are developed. In TRL3, you generate a proof of concept, whether the idea that you thought, whether it is workable or not. So you start generating in vitro data, in vivo data at TRL3. At TRL4, then you do the safety, you have the formulations, and then you do studies in the animal model, etc. So this is how you go and define all the technology readiness level. And when you are in TRL 8, you will do the phase 3 clinical trials, etc. And then TRL 9 is post-marketing studies. So once you have a good technology made, so the technology should not be, generally it is not a good idea to retain the technology with you, and you should be always trying to diffuse the innovation into other needed with either the needing players or people who can take it to the next level. So technology transfer is basically a systematic process where whatever knowledge, whatever experience that you have gained in developing that technology, you transfer it to an appropriate party who can take it forward and you can use it further. So for that, you have technology transfer offices. Like, for example, during the COVID time, we all know about the co-vaccines and the Covishield, etc., which we made. So that technology was transferred to certain, low middle income countries also to support them to get over that pandemic which we had. So that's called as tech transfer, and that's how it becomes very useful. So there are different funds which are available, like the Product Commercialization Program Fund or the LEAP Fund by BIRAC, which are available, which will help to do these tech transfers, and these funds can be used for that. So there are several technologies our institutes, our cluster institutes have transferred to industry successfully. So I think with that, I will come to the end of the session, and then I will just have to tell you that entrepreneurship career is interesting, but there are lots of ups and downs. There are good points, there are not so good moments, there are happy moments, not so happy moments. So, but if you are committed to your decision, but you have to stay flexible in your approach, you will be able to be a successful entrepreneur. And in the closing remarks, I would say that entrepreneurs are the people who are going to break the cycle of poverty and unemployment, because entrepreneurs are the guys who are going to create more jobs. And as faculties, as mentors, we should encourage students, and we should not, failure must not stop anything. Entrepreneurial drive, problem-solving approaches, financial awareness is the kind of these kind of trainings we can give to our students. And I am very thankful to Galgotia University and especially Dr. Gaurav for creating such a wonderful workshop sessions. I have seen the agenda, and all the sessions are very relevant and very meaningful. So thank you so much. And it clearly shows that you guys are going to create an immense give a good impetus to the entrepreneurial sector in our country. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Gaurav. Thank you, participants.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the interactive and informative session, and for your kind word. So kindly accept the memento as a gratitude on behalf of Galgotia University, because this is digital era and we are presenting the digital e-memento, and we hope that you should come at the Galgotia University and deliver such an interactive session here also.
Sure.
Yes,
thank you so much. It's really been an honor and a privilege to talk to you and the students and the participants here. Thank you so much. Would be happy to come over whenever required.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So thank you, dear participants. We are in the concluding of the session. So we are at the end of the session also for the day 1. In the day 2, means tomorrow, we have 2 sessions from 10 a.m. One from the Satish Kumar sir, who is the Assistant Director of MSME, will talk about the scheme of assistance for the MSME and how to achieve the funding support from the various type of agencies. And again, Niraj Srivastava sir again will join on 6th July tomorrow, and he will talk about the importance of technology and knowledge-based entrepreneurship. So I am requesting you all to kindly be with us, join the session at 9:50 a.m. We will also circulate the feedback link, feedback form. You have to fill out the feedback form. It is mandatory to all the participants to receive the certificate from the DST.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, so
If
sir,
yes, if you have any query, you can ask.
there's a few minutes back, sir, I told to ma'am regarding slides of presentation.
Okay,
Because
I will
those
talk.
slides are-
Okay, I will talk to Suman ma'am as well as Niraj sir to send their presentation, and I will circulate in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.